All right, guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network, and we are back, people. This is podcast number 21. More like 20 fun.
Which is how
Hello.
old you have to be to get into bars. And smoke.
All right, Mr. Law over there. I like your sunglasses, by the way.
Thank you. I'll take them off. But it's a little sunny.
I kind of like it that way. All right, guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. We are live right now. Right now, guys. Live every single Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central. That's right, guys.
Not every single Saturday night, but
We try.
it's vacation season, guys.
Yes.
So you're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, guys. And we have quite a set list of topics to talk about tonight. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah.
All right, so I am CJ, your host of the show of Going Dutch Radio Network. That's me. And to the camera on the left, which you're going to see in a second.
I'm confused he's sitting in my seat.
I know. All right, to the left, we got Candy in the sunglasses, and next to him, who's not wearing the headphones correctly, is Blue. How is your night going, Blue?
It's up really, the volume is insane.
like loud?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I have very sensitive ears.
You do. You're a sensitive guy. It's okay.
You don't have big ears. You have a big nose.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, well, you look like a horse, so.
All right. On that note, guys, let's. You guys want to start the show? You guys want to talk about what we've been doing for the past week and a half, 2 weeks, or?
Guys, it was my birthday yesterday.
What?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Are you being serious?
Happy
I am.
birthday.
Yeah, man.
I am an old man.
I totally
I'm 35. I went to the casino. I won some money. I had a good time, and then I fell asleep. And yesterday it rained.
Well, God, if I would known if it was your birthday, I would have gone.
I don't believe you.
No, I really would have gone. I totally forgot that it was your birthday. So Rich's birthday probably.
So
probably
wait,
passed.
listen. So,
Nobody
so-
cares about Rich's
So
birthday.
Candy, you went to the casino, and the only reason why Blue would have gone is if it was your birthday. So it was almost like an obligation, is what you're trying to say, Blue.
Well, no, I mean he's a very good friend of mine, so I wanted to go out for his.
Jesus.
I wanted to go out for his birthday.
I've told you I was going to the casino
yeah,
to
but
spend the night
you didn't
for
mention
my
it was
birthday.
your birthday though. I don't think you mentioned it was your birthday.
And then last night I saw the movie Alpha,
Ooh.
which was actually a pretty good movie.
Was it about a lot of men, alpha men?
No, it's about the last surviving during the Ice Age. A young boy was separated from his tribe, and then he befriended a wolf. And then, yeah.
All right, guys. This is Going Dutch
Kiss
Radio
my
Network.
ass.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are watching on YouTube live right now, that's right, guys. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook. We are not taking phone calls until the next 15 minutes or so.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the phone line literally has to warm up. It's kind of like dial-up. It takes a little while.
That's true.
It's weird.
How about
So,
this?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the news that John McCain passed away today?
No, I didn't hear that. Did that just happen?
I'm pretty. Yeah, I think I got like a little
Really?
Twitter thing.
Oh,
Whatever the
yeah?
hell Twitter is. I think we're on Twitter right now, by the way, guys. But yes, yeah. Apparently, John McCain has passed on to the next life, so to speak.
Passed on, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Is anyone happy about it?
No.
Well, no.
I don't-
I can't say I'm happy
I don't.
about it. But
I don't get happy when people die who aren't evil people. He's obviously not an evil person.
I don't know about that one. I don't know if I go that far, but I don't want to speak badly about the dead.
Whoa.
No, I
What makes you think that he's an evil person, though?
Well, because he was a warmonger. He voted for every war that we went to. He voted for Iraq, Afghanistan. Because
So you don't agree with his positions, though. But does that mean he, deserved to die? I mean,
no, I'm not saying he deserved to die. I wish he was still alive right now. I'm just saying that I didn't care for him as a representative of Arizona, but
I
this country.
don't like war. Period. And anyone.
I think he was nuts.
What is it?
And that's
I don't
awful.
think he
And
was-
what war was that during?
Vietnam.
Okay.
Vietnam.
Well, a lot of people lost their lives and probably went through similar things that we're just not hearing about.
Well, yeah. Well, you're kind of agreeing with me now that because look, the issue that I had with John McCain is that they said whenever he was the son of an admiral, John McCain. I think his name was John McCain too, so he was like a junior.
Well, that's ironic.
Yeah, and so he was like this Navy brat, and whenever he was serving, they said that he was this hothead. They said he was a total asshole. He put people's lives in jeopardy
Jeez.
on several occasions. And then whenever he was piloting an aircraft, it crashed. They said, and there's some people who think that it was kind of his fault that he wasn't obeying, I think, what the proper protocol is. So then he ended up parachuting out. He got caught, and then he was a prisoner of war for a few years. Which
Jeez.
he had.
That sounds a little rough. I mean,
It's
okay.
terrible. It's terrible.
So here's some wiki facts about John McCain. And
John
yes,
McCain.
guys, we talking about John Sidney McCain III right now. John McCain, the politician,
Titan of politics.
the Republican. He just died literally moments ago. He was born August 29th, 1936. That's right, 1936. Yes, he did pass today. He was an American politician who served as the senior United States Senator from Arizona, a seat to which he was first elected in 1986.
Yeah, and he's been around a long time too.
Yeah. Hey,
It's been around 32 years.
don't forget, he tried running for president in 2008.
I didn't vote for him.
I didn't
Yeah.
vote for him either.
Okay,
Probably because he chose Sarah Palin.
death aside.
That wasn't a good sign.
Death aside, do you think he was, a good person?
No, I don't think he was a good.
I don't
person.
know. I don't know enough about the man to really speak whether he was a good person or not.
He cheated on. Well, of course, Trump cheated on his wife, but and I'm not saying Trump's a good person.
I think
but
if you're a politician, you have to cheat on your wife.
I
I'm
think
pretty
that-
sure that is a
yeah, you have
prerequisite
to
in
do
order to
that
be,
now. Yeah.
in
I mean, let's
office.
be honest.
he's
though,
married like 3 times.
the left or the right, politics, a lot of them, they're just all in it for themselves most of the time. I mean, let's just be honest.
No.
They speak what they have to say to get elected, and when they get elected, most people, I'm not just talking about the presidency, I'm talking about in Senate and everything, they don't really do what they say they're going to do, and they're just, it's hard to believe what's coming out of their mouth.
Well, John McCain, for instance, whenever he was running for re-election, he had all these ads about how he was against Obamacare. he was basically saying, if you elect me, I will make sure Obamacare goes away. What does he do? He was the one vote that kept Obamacare going.
Uh-huh.
And he did it because he was pissed off at Trump. It had nothing to do with his constituency, the people who voted him in.
When was this?
I'd say it was last year. Was
Okay,
it last year?
wait, are you talking about when he was like not, like when you just found out he had brain cancer
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
And then, it was like one vote, and it was all
It
up to
was the
him.
one vote,
and
he
he decided
showed
to
up
go the exact opposite because
because he was pissed off at Trump. He was basically saying, fuck you, Trump.
I thought it was like a moral thing, like, oh my God, I'm about to die. I morally feel I'm a better person, so I need to do the right thing.
John McCain is known for holding grudges.
Okay, speaking of John McCain just dying, here is a little. I mean, him getting captured was pretty fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
he became a naval aviator and flew ground attack aircrafts and aircraft carriers, blah, 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 blah. He was almost killed in 1967 while McCain was on a bombing mission over, I don't even know how to say that, Hanoi.
Hanoi?
Hanoi?
Hanoi, yeah.
That's annoying. In October 1967, he was shot down, seriously injured, and captured by the North Vietnamese. He was a prisoner of war until 1973. Holy crap. Jesus.
So
That's
more than a few years.
6 fucking years? I mean, that must be the most hellish conditions ever.
So how did he get away?
That hardens a person, you know?
I think they did a trade-off or something. Well, no, not only does it harden a person, it makes him probably kind of nutty. And that's why I think a lot of the stuff that he said and did was nutty. Probably because of the experience that he had
So
over
you
at
don't
Hanoi.
think he was emotionally stable?
No, I don't think so. He seemed like he was nuts to me.
You like actually crazy.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes, I think so.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you were tortured for 6 years, I mean, come on. I mean,
Hey,
Oh, Sam, by the way, Sam Canzaro, he said, can you cheat on your wife if you're not a politician? Question mark.
I think a lot of people do. I mean,
yeah, I think.
but
you
it's
can.
but people of society only care
He also
when they're a politician.
Sam Canzaro also said, commented on the show, saying, aren't Navy guys called seamen? Thank you, Sam. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sam, get over here.
Yeah, Sam, where you been? We missed you.
And then he also said, is Blue hard? Are you hard right now, Blue?
He will if he comes over.
Not yet. Once we start,
coming.
once the ball gets rolling, I will get hard though.
Ooh, I like it when it gets hard.
Especially if Candy gives me a hand job under the table.
Nah,
So
it's
is
too small.
John McCain passing? What position is he in right now? Like not him himself. He's dead. He's going to be in a mortuary soon, and he's. But what was he in office?
Wait, what?
What was he doing?
What was his position in office?
He was a senator.
Senator.
Senator from Arizona.
So
yeah.
that's obviously vacant, and it needs to be
Yes.
filled, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone know if there's like a candidate that's prime, or do you think there maybe
That's a
could
good
be a
question.
conspiracy, like maybe
Donald
someone wanted to
Trump.
end his life quick?
Ooh. So yeah, they're trying to get rid of John McCain because he would have been that vote
How?
No.
against impeachment.
Oh, stop it.
Not only that, think about this.
That's tantalizing.
He just publicly said yesterday
No more treatment.
that he wasn't going to do any more brain cancer
Yeah.
treatment, and then the next day he dies.
That's fucked up.
I mean, maybe he was seriously ill, right? But just to die within 24 hours of ending cancer treatment,
Yeah, that
it
seems
just
a bit
seems a little
fast.
ironic.
Yeah. Yeah, there could
Just
be
like
some-
those sunglasses.
Okay, you guys with your conspiracy theory, so it all must be Trump's fault.
No, that's okay. I'm not blaming Trump.
No, Trump might actually want him in.
Yeah.
If ever it comes to a vote for impeachment, because I don't think John McCain would vote to impeach him, but then again he might, because he does, like I said, hold grudges.
Guys, we are going to be talking about
It's better than having a
some
Democrat, though.
rumors going around about Donald Trump being impeached here as topic number 3. So just letting you know, we're going to get further and depth.
We're going to get
With
deep
that.
here on Going Dutch Radio Network.
Are we done talking about John McCain already?
I mean, I don't know what else to say other than
You know what? Why don't we go to the Trump impeachment next, and then we'll hit the.
Why don't
You
you
got it, boss.
suck a dick?
Well, we're talking about it now, so why not? We're gonna go off to a completely different subject and
We're-
then come back to the subject we've already been talking about.
Thank you guys for watching right now. Who is live? Thank you for commenting, Jackie, Sam, Jackie again, and Sam. Yes, please comment, and we're gonna start taking phone calls at 8:30. Okay, that is in 15 minutes from right now.
Get ready.
8:30 p.m. Central. You can call in at 636-926-6945.
Get your fingers on the buttons. Get ready to call.
I wish we had like a thing we can give out, like, hey, if you're the first caller, which we almost never get a call,
I can-
so it'd be
You
I
can
can,
have a
uh,
free can of paint.
You guys can have a Bush Light. I'll give you a fucking free Bush Light.
really.
Yeah,
Can you show
well-
that to the camera? That camera? Ooh, look at that. Free Bush
There you
Light,
go.
whoever
A
is the
free
first caller.
Bush Light.
Like I said, we do not take phone calls. The phone call booth opens at 8:30. So,
The booth.
That's right.
yeah.
There's an actual booth.
Yes. And we do screen phone calls. Not joking.
Why?
I'm joking.
You are joking.
Dude, your glasses are not straight on right now. They just seem a little off.
You call
All
my
right, so
face uneven?
John McCain just passed. Can we just get over him already and let him die, or let him just rest in peace? Okay, can we?
Yes.
Like I said before, I'm sad that he died.
Why are you really sad, though?
Well, because he died of cancer, and cancer is a terrible thing. It's just a reminder of how prevalent it is. And what the hell are you listening to?
Sorry, it's us.
Is that me talking?
Keep it going.
Anyway, but as far as him being a representative of the people's interest, he was not. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But hey, rest in peace, John.
Any last words, Candy, of John McCain passing?
No. No words.
All right.
Do you think he went to heaven or hell?
I have no idea.
If there was a heaven and there was a hell, the metaphorical thing that everybody kind of thinks of, or some people think of, I think he's flying high.
You think he went to heaven?
I think he's flying high.
No way. I think he went to hell. Honestly.
You really do?
Yeah, I think he might have gone to hell.
Religious people, I'm telling you, they think they have all the answers with what happens after you die. And yeah, I believe there's a heaven, there's a hell, and there's a better place. But I cannot prove that heaven exists, and nobody else can. So we're all just going to have to find out when we die.
All right. That's a very
Morbid.
depressing. Yeah, morbid. Yeah, that's a
very,
word.
very deep.
Very deep. All right, guys. So let's talk about the next topic, which is very, very recent news. Cardinals comeback? Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals people. We are in St. Louis, and we're talking about St. Louis Cardinals. I think they're about to come back, and I think they might make it into the playoffs.
No, I think they will. I think they'll at least get the wild card.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
You think so? Sorry.
Well, they're only 3 games behind the Cubs right now in the standings. Milwaukee is about a game or game and a half. Well, let's just go to the standings and see what we got.
Oh, shit. This is not the right video. This is not the right video. I don't know why I'm watching this. Sorry. Keep on going.
Well,
My bad.
so anyway,
Jim Hayes.
the national side has a lot of teams who are pretty much very similar with their records, including the Cardinals. So the American side, Boston is dominating the American League with 90-41. And let me tell you how good the New York Yankees are and how good Boston is, okay? Boston is so good that New York Yankees are 81-47, and they're still 7.5 games behind Boston for the first place spot. That is insane. So that pretty much tells you that New York will be facing someone in the wild card spot, most likely either Oakland.
Go Oakland.
Okay, so right now, guys, we're talking about the MLB Major League Baseball standings, and
Or-
Cardinals we think are going to come back. So
Another team. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean this
Probably
is
Tampa Bay.
yeah.
What are the odds that Kansas City's going to get in?
All right, here's the
Not very good.
so of course we are in the Central Division, and yeah, we're only behind by 3.5 games.
Well, that's because
That's a lot, though.
That's because the Cubs don't play today. So if we win tonight, we're 3 games, and that's not a lot with 28 games left. And we play the Cubs 3 more games this season, along with the Brewers. So we still have 6 weeks of baseball left. The end of September, the last game I think is on October 2nd. So we got a while.
So do you guys think that the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, are they going to make it to at least a wild card? Or
Yeah.
I guess that's the only way they can
Yes.
make it.
I think they're going to win the World Series.
I honestly,
Really?
I
Yeah.
think you're
Really?
I think you're
Yeah.
reaching there, but
Yeah.
I think with the way they've been playing, if they consistently keep it going, they will win the division.
Okay.
Cubs will be facing most likely Philadelphia or the Brewers in the wild card spot, and the best record will be playing the wild card, Cubs or the Cardinals, in the first round.
Wow.
It's hard to say what the best record's going to be because everyone's records are kind of similar.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to go all the way. I really do. I have that feeling. I had that feeling. Well, actually, I didn't have the feeling when they won in 2011.
Yeah, normally, Blue, you're a pretty big pessimist. I
Yeah.
feel like you're
No,
not very
I
optimistic.
see it. I see it.
You're hoping
I
for the
can feel
worst
it.
and you plan for the worst.
Yes. The Cardinals, after they got rid of Matheny, who was a terrible manager, who we should have won the World Series against Boston in, was it 2013?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should have went to the World
but
Series in 2012.
But he kept pitching to David Ortiz over and over again, didn't walk the man. All the bases were open. he said, you know what, we're going to keep pitching to this guy who keeps getting doubles and home runs every time he's up at the plate because he's roided up. And to me, after I saw that, I said, this guy needs to fucking go.
Yeah,
but instead they held on to him for another 5 years.
I would have walked Ortiz every single time.
Yeah. But instead he was, I mean, I don't know if he was trying to make a point, if it was, he wanted to show confidence in his pitcher, but he lost the World Series. His managerial decisions lost us that series.
Did you see 2012 was even worse when they were up 3-1 in the championship round against San Francisco?
Yeah.
And San Francisco didn't just beat the Cardinals 3 games in a row. They embarrassed them.
They rallied.
People were talking about the Cardinals. And who's the intermediary? I can't never say that word right. Coach
Schilt.
Schilt.
Is it Schilt?
Yeah.
I like Schilt.
It's Schilt.
So after Matheny got let go or fired, or
completely different team.
The assistant coach became in charge.
Completely different
now
team.
In a good way now? You think with the second-hand coach that we have right now that's filling in, you think that they're a better team?
Oh my God,
Yes.
yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
record-wise, the way they're playing.
They've won.
Here's the thing: it's always about kind of morale, mostly. I mean, do you think the morale was Matheny that shitty of a coach?
No,
I don't know.
Matheny had never managed a team before, and they made him the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals without him ever having managed a team in the minor league.
Why would they do that?
I have no idea.
Can say
whose stick did he suck? Who did he know? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Like, I never understood.
Everyone's argument in 2012 on his first season was, well, look at 2012 and 2013, and we almost went to the World Series. We went to the World Series. That's because of the players that were there, and then they drifted off, and then he was left with a team
that he had to mold in his image,
like La Russa
and
did.
He sucked,
and he didn't do it. But at the same time, I've heard a lot of people say that with your World Series, and I hope you're right. I hope the Cardinals win the World Series. I don't think they're going to.
You pessimistic fucking bastard.
Well, no. It's let's take one step at a time. Let's get into the playoffs and let's take it from there. But you have a lot of young kids trying to prove themselves, trying to get
young bucks,
get contracts.
Studs.
But also, here's an argument I hear from people: these young kids, their experience isn't there in the playoffs, so they might choke up.
Playoffs.
What about Houston last year? Those guys hadn't been to any playoffs, and they won.
Well, they had an unbelievable season.
Well, the Cardinals are having an unbelievable season. They went from nothing to something.
Matt Carpenter. Okay, the Magic Salsa. Okay.
He's on steroids.
Ever since he started, ever since he started making homemade salsa, he's just been on.
What's in that salsa though?
He got hitting tips from his coaches, and then he listened, and he's actually doing well. He has the most home runs in the majors.
That's what I said about McGuire.
He's not on steroids.
McGuire, he's doing good because he's eating his Wheaties in the morning. That's why he's hitting the ball out of the park.
Okay, no. Let's look at Carpenter and McGuire. McGuire looked like a goddamn tree. Okay, he was like huge.
What kind of tree? Like an oak tree or like a?
It was like a tree that came up just out of nowhere and just grew overnight.
It was
ridiculous.
Lance Armstrong was doping and he didn't look big.
He was muscular, extremely muscular.
He was like my size. It's just that. See, the problem is that nowadays people identify steroid users. They're like, well, he's not big, so he's not doing steroids. That doesn't mean anything.
How about Big Poppy? I mean, that guy's just fat and big.
That guy was juicing like a mug.
I don't want to bet against
40 years old.
I don't want to bet against the Cardinals.
But hold on. I'm sorry. So real quick, I don't mean to talk about steroids, but isn't it true? Like they only get tested once a season, but it's a random time. It could be random.
I think so.
So I think they juice as hard as they can, like in between seasons,
intervals,
and then they know that they can't juice from like the start of preseason through the random time that they get tested for roids. And once they do, they know from that day that they just got finally tested, they're roiding up. And I bet you that's when their batting stats, everything, their average on everything goes way off the fucking charts.
I think so.
Magic, and that's where that salsa comes from. That's probably, I bet you a week prior, Matt got fucking tested, Carpenter, and then he started juicing.
Yeah.
Or salsa, whatever you want to call it.
Well, look, if the cyclists, if the cyclists can do it, anybody can do it because they have the most difficult.
What? You guys...
Yeah.
What?
They were blood doping. They weren't. I mean, they might have been doing roids.
Matt Carpenter
blood
just can't be a good player. It has to. Oh, he has to be juicing because he's playing well.
I think he's juicing. Yeah.
I think.
Oh, come on!
It's an overnight, just ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if they release the times when they do get tested.
I just hope he doesn't get caught. I hope
Because
that they win the World Series. Because Boston was juicing and they beat us twice. So you know what? Let's start juicing. How
Who do you
about
think is going to win the World Series?
Right now,
I mean, as of right now, who do you really think? Not hope for, but who do you really think?
Boston.
Boston. How about you,
that?
Blue?
The St. Louis Cardinals, I think, are going to win the World Series.
You really do.
I really honestly believe that they're going to win the World Series. I want them to win it, and I think they're going to win, honestly.
But why?
Wow.
Because I just feel like
It's a lot of confidence.
I feel like this Schilt guy, once he...
Look up the score of the Cardinals game right now.
I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I think since he came on, their defense is incredible. Their hitting's great. Their pitching's great. Their bullpen going into the playoffs, they're going to have Martinez in the bullpen. Wainwright might be in the bullpen, and Waka. They may very well have the best bullpen in all of the entire baseball league. And as we all know, if you want to go deep into the playoffs, you got to have a good bullpen. They are going to have a solid, stellar bullpen. And they've got good hitters. They got Ozuna, which nobody even talks about.
Yeah, but no one really knows who he is.
Yeah, and so I'm just saying they look good. They look Royals good. 2015.
Are you hard right now, Blue?
Huh?
Are you hard right now? Hard.
I'm almost.
I hope you're right though. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you're right too, but you know.
I think honestly, if I had to pick,
I bet money on them.
if I had to pick
Wow.
on the national side, it would be the Cubs or the Cardinals. I would go with the Cardinals, and I would have them honestly facing Boston.
So
again.
right now, Cardinals are playing a game between the Rockies. Bottom of the fifth, it is 0-0.
Ooh,
Gary.
tantalizing.
It is a very, very interesting.
They
game.
better call up that bullpen. They're going to shut their asses down.
There's one thing I want to talk about,
Motherfucker.
and the next topic will be Trump, and this is a good segue. Me and Candy, the guy in the sunglasses, we did bet prior to the show above the Going Dutch Radio Network studios. I bet $20, and he bet $20 together. It was a friendly bet.
You guys
would
bet
say?
$20.
Yes, it was friendly.
Yes, we bet $20 against each other that I believe that Trump will be impeached or he's going to die or he will not be president by 2020, like the January 1st, 2020. Okay? And you think that he will definitely be the all-right dictator of the United States still.
Dictator. I wouldn't say dictator, but yes, I believe he will be president until the next election, and then we'll see.
I think he's going to be impeached. I agree with you.
And Candy, you want him to be, you want him to be president, right?
I don't think impeachment is good for anybody. I mean, seriously. I mean, even if Obama was still in office, I don't think it's good to see a president get impeached with no evidence. Let's see some evidence, and then I'll look at it.
Yeah,
everyone keeps talking about the Russian collusion. Where's the evidence? Well, we're getting it prepared. You've been getting it prepared since 2016.
Did
Yeah,
Bill Clinton
clearly.
get impeached?
Yeah, he was impeached.
Why was Bill Clinton impeached?
He was impeached because he lied under oath
About what?
about getting a blowjob from Monica Lewinsky.
Okay, so right now there's multiple allegations that Trump is doing that. So, two wrongs don't make a right.
No.
Candy.
I personally was.
Let's see the evidence.
You guys go ahead.
Prove that he lied. Prove that he had the Russians interfere with the election. Whatever.
No. I don't even want to talk about the Russians. Let's say that's all false. I just want to talk
okay.
about the
Okay.
Stormy Daniels.
Okay, prove it.
There's evidence.
Okay, where?
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet.
I will. Okay. What?
No. They're talking about it now. What's the holdup? Let's get it on the table.
I will play the video. Or
Let's-
I'll play the audio. I'll try to, but you
Well,
guys
no,
gotta
his-
have a buffer.
But here's the thing. Let's get it going. If you have the evidence, get him impeached then.
No, they
Because
are.
the reason being is Michael Cohen, which was Trump's lawyer, the one that wants to leak all this information. He's trying to leak all this information because he wants immunity and not go to prison for years. So he's trying to make sure, he's trying to negotiate with the government, saying like, okay, I'm gonna leak all this shit, and then you guys got to make sure I don't go to prison because he's about to go to prison for like at
5
least
years.
Oh, yeah, 5
Yeah.
years. Okay, and
Okay.
he doesn't want to. So that's the reason why there's a holdup right now.
Okay,
A-
so-
and that's not like a conspiracy. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a fact. He wants to
Okay.
make sure all of his ducks are in a row.
Well, that's what our bet is. We'll see. I don't think so.
Well, if the Democrats win, if they win control of the House and the Senate in November, he will be impeached. He will be because there's
you
no
think so?
there's no Democrat who's going to hold out on impeaching him.
we'll see.
Really.
Hey guys,
I mean-
we'll see.
Who's texting you, Candy? candy.
That is my buddy Matt.
All right, guys. We were talking about the MLB standings, and we are from St. Louis. So, yeah, go St. Louis Cardinals, and sorry, John McCain, for dying.
Did we miss a call?
No, we didn't.
Oh, that's from the 11th.
That's from the 11th. That is correct.
It's not the 11th anymore.
All right. If anyone, hey, the phone booth is open, people. It is 8:30 p.m. If you want to call in and give us your comments and thoughts about anything that we talked about so far on the show, please call us at 636-926-6945.
Can I call in and give you a comment? Ring, 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 ring. Okay. Oh, never mind.
Hold on. I might not be able to answer it right away, Sam. So bear with me.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Is this amateur hour?
Yes.
It's not 8:30 yet.
It's weird. I can't take incoming calls, but I can do outgoing. So
Yeah, just call Sam back.
Sam just called us, and we're going to give him a call. What is during the meantime? What are the next topics that we have for later in the show?
We have Priest. There was a recent discovery, or maybe it wasn't so recent, but it was definitely in the news of 300 priests. They were discovered sexually molesting, I believe it was over 1,000 kids, and we have a video for that.
Are we still talking about Trump? Like, are we just
No. We're just going over the
Oh,
topics that we're going to talk about later in the show.
We have, are there more than two genders? We have
Yes, gender flu. God, I'm so
gender fluidity.
Thank you.
we have Ghost, and some of these are short topics, but there's a lot of them, so it'll take a little bit.
Yeah, ghost, are they real? Do you believe in ghost, or do you believe in miracles?
And then the last one is technology.
Technology. Is the government limiting our technology? Are they actually? I got a lot of facts to talk about later in that one.
Ooh, get those facts.
I can't wait to fucking
people.
talk about it.
Good. All right, we're gonna call Sam back. Hopefully, he just called 1 minute ago.
Sam?
Samson.
Oh, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, that's a nice beer you're drinking there.
That is a 200 ale. That is
Yeah.
from Bell's.
It's a very good ale.
All right, I got to turn down the music.
It's amazing ale. Fucking.
It's amazing. It's so good. It's just like my hands. Well, it's not the same thing, but you know. All right, so we are calling Sam back. Thank you guys for watching. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Watch us live almost every single Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central. And this is Sam. He just tried calling us, so we're going to call him back. That's a long ring.
I was going to say.
Real long.
Wow.
Huge.
What's up, you motherfuckers?
Hey, Sam, what are you wearing right now?
Sam, you're live.
I have a tucked-in shirt, but it's about to be untucked once I stop driving.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Sam,
Yeah.
Sam, where are you
I saw
going?
you in those sunglasses, Candy, and those fucking sunglasses look sexy. Any motherfucker that ever tells you not to wear sunglasses inside can go to hell. All right?
I'm trying to look like you, Sam, so I gotta fill your spot.
Thanks, bud.
Wow. Hey, Sam, so where are you headed to right now?
I'm heading to get something to eat right now.
That's good. You should be heading to Going Dutch
I
Radio
know.
Network Studios, man. What's going on?
I know, right? Hey, let me tell you something about steroids. All right, I couldn't call in because the damn phone lines weren't open. Let me tell you something about steroids, though. Steroids, they get you bigger, okay? They get your mass bigger. So they don't make you put on muscle. They just get your mass bigger so you can build up more muscle. All right? They also make your recovery time, like if you're injured or something like that, you're not feeling it as much. But they don't give you raw talent. Like, the talent is there. So just because he's having, like, a good time, it's not all attributed to steroids.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Wait. Real quick, Sam. Have you done steroids?
Have I done steroids? No. When my father broke his neck, he had I forget, like, what vertebrae it was, but he had a shattered disc. And after he got surgery, they had him on steroids. And he was just getting, like, bigger. He was just getting fucking bigger.
Was he getting angry too? Was he getting angry or not? Like, was he getting roid rage at all ever?
I don't know about the roid rage. I don't know. I was young when it was happening, so like I really didn't like if it did happen. I didn't see it. But no, he said they had him on. Dad first broke a neck, then they had him on steroids for. He had something wrong with his lungs, and they put him on steroids for that. But he saw a change. He has like an old driver's license photo that he took when he was on it and when he was off of it, and holy shit, like you can tell a difference. There's a reason like guys like Barry Bonds just fucking balloon up. But again, steroids, they don't give you that raw talent. So like Carpenter, even though he's doing like so fucking well, like he's still, it's not all attributed to steroids. Like a lot of it, you can't knock his skill. He has great skill. Now, how many of those home runs or something like that, the ball went a couple more feet or, you know, all this type of stuff because he was doing steroids, you have to factor that in. But just because a guy's doing steroids does not make him the best fucking player in the world.
So do you?
Everybody would be doing it.
So do you think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame then?
Do I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame? You know, that's true. That's tough because again, Barry Bonds, I mean, just his natural talent alone, his swing and everything, he is arguably the greatest baseball player of all time. But again, how many of those home runs were due to steroids, and how many of them were due to his raw talent? It's hard to measure.
It makes you wonder because there's been baseball players around Barry Bonds' age who they just can't hit home runs at all anymore. They can maybe get 5 in a season,
right.
but then this guy's hitting like 71, 72. It's like
right.
So, guy, I want to do a round table, and I'll start with Sam. Sam, do you think that steroids should be allowed in Major League Baseball or any sports for that matter?
Do I? You know, I think if they're allowed, then everybody should be fucking on them. But if nobody's on them, then no, they shouldn't be allowed. I think it takes away from the game. I think it takes away from the sport.
It does.
So no. And
unless they're on
especially
our
like
team.
something like ultimate fighting, like MMA or something like that, definitely not. Like boxing, fuck no. Because you could we're talking then, it's not just, hey, you're hitting a ball a couple 100 feet. We're talking like you're beating somebody's ass. Like, no, definitely no. It takes away from the sport. It cheapens it.
All right. Hey, how about you, Candy? Do you think steroids should be allowed in sports or not?
No, I do not, because first of all, steroids are very harmful to the body if you do it for a certain amount of time.
I think that's partially a myth. I think if you do it right, I think it's okay.
No, but still,
it's harmful to the body.
Drugs,
Schwarzenegger's doing it.
No, it's not a myth because it's a drug going into your body. So over time, it's going to break it down. And not everyone wants to be on steroids, so it's not fair. Oh, hey, if you're going to play this sport, you have to be on steroids. And it's cheating.
But here's the thing.
It's making you better on top of your talent that you already have. So, no, play the game right.
But here's the thing. I personally think that I'm sure there are certain prescriptions that sports players, or, I mean, just you and I, could get prescribed.
What, prednisone?
That we can get prescribed. Not necessarily steroids. It might be, I don't know. Who knows? There's got to be something out there that is technically not illegal.
Prednisone is a steroid
in sports.
It's horrible for you.
And I'm sure you know it's probably a benefit. You know, if they are on it versus not having it. So why is steroids always looked down upon? What started steroids? Why is steroids looked so bad from the beginning? This had to happen years ago, even before baseball. I'm sure. I don't know.
Because like Sam says, it takes away from the game.
So unfair advantage.
It is cheating.
It's cheating.
Like in a nutshell.
It actually added
cheating
to the game.
Yeah.
It added to the game because in the 90s, the viewership was very low. Then McGuire and Sosa started jacking home runs out of the ballpark. The viewership went through the roof. So it actually did add something
and everyone
to the
found
game.
out they were on steroids, and most people were like, eh.
Right, so then it cheapened that moment. You can still jack home runs out of the ballpark. Look at Babe Ruth. That guy looked like he drank, he fucking smoked. He did not have an athletic body at all.
No.
He was one of the greatest players of all time.
Right.
But his swing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he worked day and night on getting that swing right. I think nowadays athletes are not willing to put in the work. They want the fame. They want to get paid, but they're not willing to put in the hard work and the grind. And, in the 90s, baseball, nobody was watching baseball. So, like, why would you work on your swing if no one's going to fucking watch you?
Yeah,
and
so,
these guys
wait,
knock them out of the park.
So
that was, sorry, but that was why Barry Bonds got on steroids. And, I mean, that's what people think because he saw McGuire and Sosa, and he's like, man, I am so much better than these two motherfuckers. And then he got on steroids.
So let me say,
got the big contract.
During that time when roids got really huge, so to speak, in baseball, Did the organization turn a blind eye because of ratings being so far down? You know?
Absolutely,
sure, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Why
then-
wouldn't you?
then they started
you have
cracking
millions
down.
and millions of dollars at stake. I
Yeah.
mean, think about it.
It's all about the money,
guys,
babe.
Like,
Same thing with wrestling.
To switch sports, but stay on the same topic, but switch sports. UFC 200. When UFC 200 was in,
Yeah.
they had like 3 fights drop out, and this was supposed to be their biggest pay-per-view. So they ended up getting Brock Lesnar back
Yeah.
from the WWE to have a fight. But Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
what do they do in the WWE? They do steroids.
Yep.
So they told him you don't have to take a pre-fight drug test, but you have to take a post-fight drug test. And he said, okay. So and he tested positive at the end, but they turned the other way because ratings were going to go down, pay-per-view buys were going to go down. You know, millions and millions of dollars were at stake. So yeah, totally they turned a blind eye.
And another
Definitely.
thing is, steroids are dangerous. I don't know if you know Chris Benoit from the WWE. He killed his
Yeah,
wife and his
yeah.
children.
Jeez.
That was related to steroids.
Yeah, but
'cause he was
usually,
so roided up on it.
usually that doesn't
Whoa.
happen though.
Sorry.
And he might have had some issues to begin with.
Yeah, but you throw steroids
Well,
on top
yeah,
of that.
Yeah. Did the
He had-
steroids
he had
help?
some issues.
Absolutely not. Like, were
He
the
had some
thoughts
issues.
there? Did the roid rage bring it out, bring it to the surface? You know,
Even
it's he was also battling depression after Eddie Guerrero passed away because they were like best friends.
and he was on steroids too. And
right.
that causes heart
Yeah,
attack.
he was. All of them are, and the reason why is because WWE. Yeah, it's fake. The outcome's predetermined. You're not really beating the shit out of one another, but you're beating the shit out of your body.
Yeah.
You're putting your body on the line every show that you do.
Right.
And these guys are doing like 2 or 3 shows a week,
Jesus.
and they're barely getting paid. So the biggest drugs that are abused in professional wrestling are steroids and painkillers.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Because steroids make you what should we call it? Like they make you rebound faster.
Yeah.
They make you recover faster. So yeah.
And then when you're done, you take pain pills.
And your balls get really small,
Right.
I hear.
So, guys,
Yeah.
guys, we're talking about steroids, and we were talking with a great guest who's been on the show many times. His name is Sam. Obviously, he's a big expert on roids and roid rage, and we appreciate it, Sam.
Why do you think my balls are so small?
Well, here's the thing.
Let's hope those get bigger, Sam.
You would think that your balls would get
Oh.
bigger when you're on steroids.
No, because I think your testosterone, your natural testosterone levels in your body
Yeah.
doesn't have to produce as much testosterone.
You sound like a woman.
So then your
Right.
balls get a little, your balls shrink a little.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I mean, who cares? You have big
It's
balls.
dependent on it.
Fucking
It's a small price to pay for, I guess, that
for looking awesome,
for well, not just looking awesome, but physically, mentally, well,
making millions of dollars.
making millions.
Totally
people.
worth having the small
Think,
balls.
think about it. Think about it though. If you're making millions and millions of dollars, okay, and you got some hot ass chick that's seen you on TV with your fucking shirt off and everything, and you take her back to your hotel room because you're in town for the night, she is not gonna care about your balls being like 2 tiny fucking pebbles. She's gonna be like, oh my god, I just had sex with a fucking millionaire athlete. That she's not gonna fucking give a fuck.
She only cares about the size of your dick, not your balls.
Right.
That's all that
exactly.
matters.
Now,
As long as your
you
dick
think,
doesn't shrink.
What if it was
Then you're-
toothpick and BBs, though?
What if it was what?
What if it was like a toothpick and BBs? Then she'd probably have a problem with that.
She'd probably have a problem. But the balls, Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah.
The ball sack is definitely a secondary item. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's-
women
Oh,
don't gossip
definitely.
about guys' nut sacks.
You
I'm
know-
like, oh, that guy looks like he has a big nut sack.
You know what I wonder? And this is going way off subject. I know, Sam, you probably got to go soon.
We're totally going off subject.
I'm sorry, but you know
Oh,
me.
Sam's gonna go soon. All right.
I'm a big sexual person, so I got to ask this: do you think let's get 10 random women out there on the street? Well, maybe not on the street corner, but
we need to
on-
do this
If you
experiment.
just think about it, okay? This is a thought experiment. I want your guys' input. If you got 10 random women, okay, to have sex with 10 random guys, but those 10 random guys did not have any balls or ball sack, like there was just nothing, just a cock. Do you think any of those women would
Right.
actually? Do you think any women would actually notice?
Yeah,
Do I
probably.
think they
yeah.
would notice. Do I think they would care though? I don't think they might think that it's weird, but like if the dick is nice and hard, you know. I mean, look at all the CJ. Look at all the porn that you've ever watched.
Oh man,
Look at all the porn you've ever watched.
I'm literally
okay?
watching porn right now. I'm not even lying.
Are you fucking
Okay.
I
serious?
swear to God.
Why are you watching porn?
Because dude, I'm.
He-
If
he
by
needs
the
to
way,
see a
if anybody's
therapist.
watching that's family or work related, I'm sorry, and I mean this, but
Your family ratings are gonna go down, but your fucking single guy.
your
home
dude
on a Saturday
ratings
night
are
ratings
through the
gonna go
roof
up.
right now.
hey,
Fucking-
hey,
He's actually watching a home video from his brother.
hey, ladies, I might tuck my ball sack somehow in my asshole, and if you guys want to meet and greet, I'm game.
But how
No,
many porn
women-
stars do you know that actually work the balls? Think
Oh,
about it.
Women love balls. Women would notice if balls were gone. They like that
Yeah, but would
big,
they
ugly,
care, though?
fucking
Would they
sack
tell-
of flesh.
Don't go through with it.
well, and okay, would there be any woman on earth, okay, that would say to a man that did not have a ball sack or any balls, say like, oh, whoa, I can't fucking do this. You don't have fucking balls.
Probably.
I think the fucking prude ones.
Depends on
would.
how horny they are. If they're really horny, they really won't care as long as you put it in.
All right, Sam, you are our caller on the show right now. You said you're on your way to getting some food. What are you getting to eat, buddy?
Yeah, I got some McDonald's.
Nice.
Nice.
So the guy stuck his head out the fucking window, all right, and all of a sudden, like, he was like, I gave him my card, and when he went to go hand my card back, I started saying fucking balls. And fucking, like, yeah, as long as the dick's nice and hard, and he's looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. But yeah.
And also,
So-
you kind of stopped me like, hey, can I have some ketchup with that, please? Thanks. And some sweet sour sauce.
You're right.
All right. Any final
Right,
thoughts?
absolutely.
Any final thoughts, Sam? By the way, you should head over. We're going to be taking a break in about 20 minutes or so, or 15 minutes. So
Yeah. Ghosts are real. Okay. That's all I got to say about that.
That is our next-
Donald Trump is our Lord and Savior. All right. And, would you have sex with a woman who had no boobs?
all right, on
You
that.
don't have to answer right away. Think about that. But I do want an answer.
No.
Like, Candy's just like, fuck no, there's my answer right there. No.
Yes.
It would feel like I was
Alright.
having sex with a man. I mean,
I'd have sex with a woman with no breast. Why not?
Yeah, I think I would once.
I mean,
What if
she.
she had just the greatest
Wait.
figure
I know.
with no boobs?
Wait, hold on. Wait,
Probably.
Sam. Does she have nipples?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sure.
As long as she has a vagina.
Or what if there were no nipples? Like, does the nipples make or break it for you?
Oh, absolutely. Unless, yeah, absolutely.
Is there at least some, like, indentation?
No nipple play. You're out.
It would be. I'm just imagining like legs up over my shoulders.
Yeah.
You
don't.
You're
You're looking at that big pink beaver.
the legs are completely spread. The
Yeah.
legs are over.
CJ
the
has a
fucking
third nipple.
shoulders. And all the
I
while,
use-
hold on, real quick. And then
I
all the
use
while,
the-
I like to grab the tits. I
or
like to-
red beaver.
Listen. I like to
grab.
grab the tits and use that, for momentum. Like to thrust and
Yeah.
Right.
and
See, I use the nipples as like a target, like a the square on the backboard of a basketball hoop. Like, so I feel like I'd be lost.
all right. On that note, Sam, any final words?
No. You guys stay pimping and Candy, keep those sunglasses on. Don't let them have you take them off ever. All right.
they're staying on.
We're gonna glue them.
Hey, Sam, I
Damn right.
have one question. If you were getting physical with a chick and she farted, would that be a deal breaker?
Yes.
That happens all the fucking time.
I mean,
No, it
Yeah, that happens all the time. What do you think? Yeah. No, that wouldn't be a deal breaker. All right.
first date?
I'd whiff
She
that
farts.
shit. First date?
Yeah.
First date? Like, well, okay, so sometimes they can't help it, but if she was just like, hey, guess what? Pull my finger. Like, yeah,
No,
then
no,
I'd be
no.
like, okay, that's
What
kind
if
of
it
gross.
smelled like meatloaf, though?
Right.
rotten meatloaf.
Right.
No, you know what I would say?
Yeah.
If that was my first, the first day, or whatever, and then she fucking farted while I'm fucking trying to pound her and shit. I would
Yeah.
say, did you like dinner? I mean, obviously, like she liked whatever I bought her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why you eat
So
dinner
it's-
after.
It's
Yeah.
respect, and not only that, I will
I
eat.
feel-
I will eat the ass afterwards too.
After she farts?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I don't give a
wow.
shit.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, obviously you don't
No,
give
I
a
feel
shit.
like if she does and you are still attracted to her,
Yes.
then it's good. But if she does, and you're like, oh no, that's disgusting. I don't think you were that attracted to her to begin with. So.
All right. On
Yeah.
that note, Sam.
Very
Anyway,
wise.
I don't want to hear any more about CJ's sex life, so I'm going to get off the phone.
Thank you, Sam.
I'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Thanks
dude.
for calling, Sam.
Bye.
No problem.
Oh, I cut that out before you said no problem.
What is wrong with you?
Sorry, Sam. All right, that was Sam, who is he's been on the show actually once or twice. Once?
I think once.
Once. Yeah,
He's called
Sam.
in several times.
Sam will be back on. He is hilarious and he's extreme. He's Italian stallion who's extreme. That's the only way to describe him, right, Blue?
He's very Italian, yes. Yes, very Italian, very
Outspoken.
yeah, he tells good stories.
He knows how to have a good time.
Yeah.
It's actually quite intimidating by
Yes.
talking to Sam because he's so cool.
I'm afraid of Sam because he knows karate. He can kick my ass.
Did you say it is intimidating to talk to somebody because you think they're so cool? Are you
Talk to Sam because he's so cool.
being serious or are you just trying to be funny?
I think he's trying to
Well,
be funny.
that's for me to know and you to look.
I mean, is that why you have the sunglasses on? Are you trying to be intimidating?
Well, I'm trying to be like Sam.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, excuse me.
That is Sam 2.0, people. All right, the guy in the sunglasses. All right, so far we talked about the Cardinals, how they're going to come back.
The Cardinals going to the World Series.
John McCain.
Get ready.
He's dead.
He's not going to the World Series.
Trump is going to get impeached according to Blue and CJ.
Yes.
It's pretty obvious he is. I mean, fuck.
No, it's
Yes.
actually it's not obvious.
Dude, they've been trying to get rid of him since he got into office.
And they haven't for 2.5 years.
No, they haven't, but they're getting very close because they finally found something to impeach him over. They'd had nothing.
Maybe.
They had no evidence of
Maybe.
Russian collusion, so now they're going after him because he used campaign funds to pay off a woman.
Okay.
We'll
Two
see.
women.
Okay. Guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. We went live tonight, mostly every Saturday, 8 p.m. Central.
Yeah. It's vacation
Thank you
season.
guys.
Sorry.
Please comment and like us on Facebook, YouTube, and yes, we are on iTunes, people. Going Dutch Radio Network, and call in anytime, 636-926-6945.
Can we take a break?
Yeah, I feel like it was
Let's do the Trump threatening first.
No.
I have
That's
to
going to take a
piss.
while. That's going to take a while.
I got to piss really bad.
And not only that, we only have. Here's the thing. I wasn't going to do the last one because I didn't think you guys would have enough content for that.
I don't really know a lot about it.
So I want to talk about because we still have guys. Here's our topics list for the show before we go on break. We have Trump, okay, and all the bullshit that's going on with him right now. Priest and how 300 priests molested over 1,000 kids. That's 3 kids for every priest. And are there more than 2 genders? Which we're going to tell you. There's dozens. And I'm going to list them, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to laugh. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay if we take a break, Candy? I know it's your show, supposedly, but...
Well, yeah, we could take a break.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a break, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We are going to take a small commercial break. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We're taking a break. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes.
Guys, I just want to say that I was on YouTube a lot recently. I get on there all the time, and I listen to Michael Bolton. I listen to a lot of different bands, but I was scrolling down, and I typed in Dutch. I just was looking for the movie Dutch, and basically what happened was I saw Dutch Radio Network, which you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I enjoyed what I saw, what I heard, and I said, hey, I have to follow these guys, and now I am on the show. I kid you not. Your dreams can come true, and you can be on Dutch Radio Network as a guest. You're not going to be a main star like us, but you can be a guest. That's one of the places you can go to watch Dutch Radio Network is on YouTube. I'm going to let this guy to the left of me tell you where else you can find Dutch Radio Network. Thank you.
I'll be honest, the first time I realized Going Dutch Radio Network was the best podcast, not only in St. Louis of motherfucking Missouri, but in the whole United States and the whole world. It just blew my mind. I mean, it just absolutely blew my mind. They have the best Facebook page ever. I mean, oh my God, I could just go on and on. You know, if you guys ever go on their website, goingdutchradionetwork.com, it is like the best fucking website ever. And I was once on the show, and oh my God, like, I almost passed out. Like, the camera's on me, and I was just feeling so good but nervous, and I was a little hard. But
it's okay. That's the way I felt the first time I was on the show.
Yeah.
Okay? But now I'm kind of a regular on the show, and I really enjoy it a lot.
You guys are a bunch of Nancy fucking Pansy boys. Let me tell you something. I listen to Going Dutch Radio because I like their kind of talk. They talk straight and they talk forward, and that's why I listen to fucking Going Dutch goddamn radio.
all right, guys, so look up Going Dutch Radio Network, like us on Facebook, and subscribe.
YouTube and Twitch.com.
Whatever they just said.
This is the end of the old time and that good
right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. That's right, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network. I am CJ, your host, and the crew with me today, to the right of me, if you're looking at the camera, it is Blue. How's it going, Blue?
Not bad. Feeling good.
All right.
Feeling pumped up for this.
Wow, good. All right, and to
Fucking
the
pumped. No. Seriously, I'm really pumped.
like, how pumped are you?
Like I am just keep going. Just talk to the other guy. I can't even explain how pumped up I am.
Well, I have a name, Blue.
All right. On that note, the man to the left of me, his name is Candy. How's it going, Candy?
It's going pretty good.
So pumped.
I'm just as pumped as he is. Well, maybe not as pumped. As
I am
he
so
is,
fucking pumped.
but a little pumped.
God, I feel like there's a lot of pumping going on.
I actually have a few questions. I was actually wondering how the show came about, Dutch Radio. You never actually shared it with our viewers. Maybe you have, but I haven't heard anything about it.
Yes. So me, CJ, that's right. I am CJ, the host. I decided during conception that I wanted to start doing a online podcast where we could do it live at least, once a week and be able to kind of have archive podcasts to watch because I thought it'd be fun to talk about politics, conspiracies, controversies, and so forth. And that's really how it came about, if you want me to be honest. It's that simple. And within about 3 weeks, I think, we got all of the equipment. We got everything. Microphones, mixers, computer software, everything, people. You have no idea how much this shit costs.
Including the
It's ridiculous.
table. The table.
Oh, no,
And the
we're
table.
getting a new table.
We're getting a new
soon.
table now?
We are getting a new table, just like we got a new projector.
We're moving up in the world here.
What
We
kind
are.
of table are we going to get? I like this table.
We're going to get a rectangular table that looks just like this one,
Ooh.
but it's smaller.
Can I put my gum under it? Because that's what I like to do with my gum.
I would advise against that. It has sentimental value to me.
Okay, I won't
It
do
is
it.
my table, but it's our table now for the show.
Can I put my penis on it occasionally?
Speaking of labels and penises, I don't know how that was a good segue. I want to talk about how we got our names on the show, our nicknames on the show. So, Blue, would you like to talk about how you got your nickname? And can you explain it?
It's a very interesting story. I showed up on my first day here, and I was wearing a lot of blue. And then one of the two guys who used to be on the show was like, hey, that guy's wearing a lot of blue, so they call me Blue.
That is actually a pretty good name.
I mean, it is, and you don't understand, folks. Blue,
It's better
the-
than my name.
to the right of me, always on the camera. I mean, my God, he has never not worn blue, ever. I don't know
Never.
if it's a
Never
fashion
not worn.
statement or if he's just really into it. But
I'm not a Democrat, though.
anyways, to the camera's left, as always, is Candy. And Candy, how did you get your name? How'd your name come about?
Do you even know?
I know my name.
So,
Okay, it wasn't my choice, but it was kind of interesting the first day at work here because this is kind of work.
Wow.
yeah,
Every
this is
Saturday
this
night.
becoming a job, man.
I said, "What should my nickname be?" You guys were naming out names, and then someone said Candy. I don't know if it was you, CJ, or Blue,
I
but
think it was me.
was
but-
he?
I was thinking something sweet, and I was looking at him like,
yeah, he's like Candy. So I said, "You know what? That's fine.
Some sweet
It
candy.
doesn't really matter what my nickname is, but Candy has kind of stuck with me.
right. I mean, I remember Blue first said Blowjob Betty. I'm like, let's go a little,
It
less.
has to be appropriate,
Exactly.
and we can sell candy while we're talking about me.
Right, exactly.
You should sell candy.
All right, guys, don't forget to watch Going Dutch Radio Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We are on commercial break. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Please like and subscribe to us on Facebook and look us up on our own website. That's right, guys. We have a www.goingdutchradionetwork.com. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
sneak a peek in my head, past the promise, past regret, to the place where I hide. You could come inside in your face and your ears, all my hopes and my fears. I'm a freak and a fake. You could take me or leave me. This is true, as true as it needs to be. I found something that works for me. Well, I'm surrounded by assassins I can't see without my glasses. I'm afraid they're whispering things about me that are mean. From now on, things might get weird, don't settle in. Or shed a tear, well, you should laugh, you should cry, you could close your eyes and go to sleep and have a dream where you're gentle and sweet.
right, guys, we are back. We are back from break. Dun 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 bum 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 dun 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 dun. Okay. All right, guys, we're back from going. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We are back from break officially. We talked about quite a bit so far on this show.
Yes.
It's
We
awkward.
talked about John McCain.
It's awkwardly quiet in here.
Yeah.
Like, very quiet. Very quaint.
Well, because that's some good slurping.
Thank you, Candy. All right, so we talked about quite a bit. We talked about the Cardinals. We talked about John McCain and the death. We also talked about Sam and women with no boobs or nipples
Men not having balls.
and steroids.
Yeah.
And Trump.
Yeah, we talked about a lot so far. Guys, please, if you want, comment and call in 636-926-6945. We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube, and this will be on iTunes here in just a bit as well. Now, what's the next? What's the password? What's the next topic that you guys want to talk about?
Well, we have to link to the video containing Trump.
Say it again. You didn't say that, Mike.
We have to link to the video of Trump threatening if he gets impeached on what will happen.
Okay, so right now, let's do it. Let's talk about Trump.
Trump.
Don't worry, guys. This is going to be the last piece of Trump for tonight.
Yeah, but how can you not talk about Trump?
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus.
there's no
Christ.
guarantees
This
on
is
that.
Like the most
He's our
ridiculous- This is
He's your president.
This is American history right now.
If you live in this country, he's your president, whether you like it or not.
It's true.
Wow, that's loud. All right. You guys
Hillary
ready for Trump?
dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Trump. Everybody, let's get it. Just
Ready?
Come on, cheer
Come
it
on,
on.
ready?
Do it.
One-
Do it.
Trump.
Do it.
Trump.
Trump. Keep it going. Trump. Blah 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 blah.
You guys literally moved the webcam. I don't think it's even on me anymore. It's kind of funny. Hold on. Oh, look, I'm barely in the camera.
I went to
There's
put my
Nicholas Holt right there.
All right. Somebody, will you explain a little synopsis of the latest debacle that's going on with Trump? Blue?
Sure, this is my avenue. So, Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, is going to sing like a canary to Robert Mueller. And what he's going to sing about is the fact that he used his own campaign money to pay off 2 women that he fucked to stay quiet during the election. And that's what he is going to use, Robert Mueller, to try to prosecute Trump and eventually get an impeachment. So you don't think he's going to get impeached, you said?
No, I do not.
Why is that?
Because there's not much evidence.
Well, there's quite a bit of evidence from what I've heard.
And even if this evidence comes out, I still don't think it's going to happen.
What I don't understand is what this has to do with Russian collusion. I mean, I
Nothing.
really... Yeah, exactly.
They want
This
him out
has
of
nothing to
office,
do with it.
even if they have to make stuff up. And I'm not saying they made this up.
No, he
might have done it.
He actually did something. But they wouldn't be bringing this up unless they want his ass out of office. They don't like him because he's fucking up their free trade deals.
Okay.
Because they don't give a shit about
Well,
American
link to the
workers.
video of what he said.
Okay, so Trump, he's always got some crazy news going on, right? So the lawyer has lawyered up. Michael Cohen's lawyer now has a lawyer because Michael Cohen has done a lot of illegal things. Like what? What again? What is Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer? Why is he about to get 5 years in prison, Blue?
Because he was giving money to 2 different women. One is Stormy Daniels. The other one is
Who
some
was
other-
performing at Hustlers Club and was
Yeah.
recently arrested.
Yep. So
Quite a gal.
So Trump had relations with these women, and he wanted to pay them off during the election because he was afraid that they were going to come forward and rat on him. So he paid them off, and he used campaign money, which apparently is a no-no.
Who spent campaign money?
Well, that's the question. Michael Cohen is saying that Donald Trump directed him to pay them off. And if he can prove that, then Trump is in a lot of legal trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. So, and that goes against, I don't know how many laws in regards to campaign laws.
Yeah, because
So we're saying right now that Trump's lawyer or Trump's
His
formal
former lawyer. I hope he's not still his lawyer.
So Trump's formal lawyer has lawyered up.
Yep.
And so right now, as we speak, Michael Cohen and his lawyer
Cohen
has beef
Cohen.
on Trump
Yeah.
about how Trump is actually the one who said, "Hey, use my campaign money to pay off
those bitches up.
pay off these bitches, these
Pay them
people
off.
that Trump had sex with."
No.
And now there's allegations, and I know, and once again, Candy, you were arguing about it a little bit with me. The reason why doesn't Michael Cohen just go out and just say it publicly? The reason being is because he's about to go to prison for at least 5 years.
What's the process?
And so
It takes a while.
He's trying to get immunity. Like, I got all this beef, and I will say it all if I get a lesser sentence or no sentence at all.
Yeah.
So obviously that's the tactic.
If he can
and that's the delay.
if he can lead to the impeachment of Trump, then he will not get any jail time.
Yeah, and the thing is, the reason that Michael Cohen is in this situation is because his apartment or house was raided, I think it was about 6 months ago, by the FBI. And they raided his house, and they took all this shit, and now they know all this stuff, so they're basically saying, look, either you play ball or you're going to go to jail for a very long time.
Eesh.
So, which sort of raises a lot of questions in regards to, how much the fact that the government went into Donald Trump's personal lawyer's house
Right.
and took all this, the whole paying off the women that he fucked
Right.
to impeach him, since that has nothing to do with our own personal interest about the Russians, hacking into our electoral system. Since it has nothing to do with that, and this is about a personal
Vendetta.
situation, I don't know what it has to do with the national interest. It has nothing to do with national.
Okay.
It has to do with other people's interests who are empowered. That's whose interest it has to do with.
Okay, so right now we're
So
talking about
fuck this.
Okay, wow.
Shit.
Jesus, Blue. Okay, right now we're talking about Donald Trump and possible impeachment and how Donald Trump's formal lawyer is about to spill, publicly a lot of beef.
He's gonna spill the beans.
And a lot of legal stuff that
Yeah.
Trump has supposedly done. Candy, do you think, I want you just to answer these questions first.
Sure.
Candy, do you actually think that Trump had sex with these women and tried to hide it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that should have him impeached because of it?
No.
No. I don't.
Why?
Because it, like Blue said, it has nothing to do with
Our national interest.
us. Yeah, it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a rule that using
is.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's the
that
problem.
using campaign money, that's a big no-no, which obviously doesn't look right, then I honestly don't know what would be the next step, but I
Okay.
still don't believe he should be impeached.
Okay, viewers, we do have multiple viewers watching right now on YouTube and Facebook. Please comment. Let me know. First off, we want to know your thoughts. Do you think Donald Trump should be impeached? And second,
I don't think he should be impeached because it's not going to be good for this country if he is.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
I
good for
concur.
America.
Remember, guys, call in 636-926-6945. Speaking of, you said it's not going to be good for America if Donald Trump gets impeached, correct?
Well, the president is going to be Mike Pence then.
Well, okay. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
same.
do we really want a George W.
So
Bush
they're
one?
gonna be doing a.
Is it that much worse, or is it that much better than Trump? I mean,
It's
come on.
worse.
No,
because-
no. He's probably the same, if not worse.
No,
in a
he's
lot of people's
really?
eyes.
Pence is probably a free trade Christian conservative type guy, who is basically George W. Bush.
And they're forgetting the fact that
you
Mike
want George
Pence,
W. Bush, people.
They're forgetting the fact that if Trump gets impeached, that Pence will be the president,
Okay.
and
Pence
it's going to be
will
it's going to be the same thing.
It's gonna
Okay.
be awful.
Okay. So right now, guys, once again, Candy just stated that if Donald Trump were to be impeached right now, it would make America horrible again instead of make it great again. You got that? That's pretty funny. So we're gonna play this clip that Donald Trump just had an interview recently on Fox 2 or on Fox 2. Fox News. This is Donald Trump if he is fucking talking about it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
well, he thinks he's going to get impeached.
obviously.
It's pretty obvious, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely obvious.
So, and he's saying that the markets are doing well. because A, he's in office, B, because he deregulated a lot of the restrictions on business.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he makes kind of a good point. You know, people keep saying that, well, the economy's doing really good because of Obama or whatever, and maybe that's so, but the fact is he's in office, the economy's doing good. Don't fuck with a good recipe right now. And that's
Ooh.
and that's what people want to do. No, people, no matter what, no matter how good we're doing right now.
Who says it's a good recipe?
It's not who says,
First
it's
of
what
all,
the reality is.
Here's some comments live as we speak. Sam says, let's keep America great again. Jackie says, hello. And then Jackie also said, fuck Trump. That's right. Jackie said, fuck Trump.
That's a really educated response. Why don't we call in and talk about it?
All right. Yes.
Nothing against you, Jackie. But what I'm saying is, you know, all these celebrities and everything just say, oh, you know, fuck Trump and everything. But
Fuck Trump.
But that's what got him elected in the first place, because the
people wanted to change, and I will agree. I actually wanted Trump to win too, because everybody just wanted something so political that they used this figure, whether you were liberal or not liberal, or even just a crazy person, or you were in the middle of both roads, which I feel like I am a little bit. So it's. Let me ask you this, Blue.
But are we doing bad right now? Like, do we really want to end this?
What do you mean?
We have a strong, robust economy. Unemployment is at the lowest it's been since the 90s.
Do you think it's Trump, or do you think...
We haven't started a new war.
Real quick, do you think Trump made all that happen within how long he's been in office? Or do you think it was the person before him and it's starting to come in fruition, so to speak?
Well, no. We've had... The economy's been growing for, I think, since 2008, whenever Obama implemented or continued to implement the stimulus package into the economy. We've been growing ever since then, since the recession. But my question is that, are you actually willing to say that you want to remove this guy because you personally don't like the way he talks
it's
or
not
the way
personally.
he looks? It is personal.
It's not personal.
This whole
Sure
thing
it
is
is.
personal.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, it absolutely is.
So-
There's people in Congress that hate this guy and they want him out
Yeah.
for whatever reason they can come up with.
They don't like
That
him.
makes no fucking sense.
They don't like him.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make any sense.
No,
why
Those
they're trying to
sunglasses
impeach
don't
him.
make any fucking sense. Okay, Candy?
Hey, don't make fun of my sunglasses now.
Trump got out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which Obama wanted to get into,
Yeah.
and it's a free trade agreement that would continue to do the same thing that has been hurting our country since NAFTA was passed.
Okay.
It's free trade means that you basically, jobs are going to go overseas. There's no tariffs imposed on anything. It's complete chaos as far as the American worker goes, because you don't know when your job's going to be outsourced. So if you want to protect the jobs here, you don't want to get into all these big free trade agreements.
Okay.
So Trump said, no, I'm not going to do that, and I think that's why they want to have him removed from office, because he's doing stuff that the people, the big business people,
the big enchilada.
they don't want that to happen. They want him out of office, and they're finding any way possible to remove him. And it's so obvious, and nobody gets that.
And the women thing is one of the weakest, stupidest things to remove him for.
And by the way, I did not support Bill Clinton being impeached. He wasn't removed from office, but he was impeached. And I thought it was the dumbest thing ever whenever they're like, oh, well, he got a blowjob from Monica Lewinsky. It was stupid. And
What was stupid?
Because he was impeached, because they put him under all that pressure when he should be serving the country. Fine. He wants to get a blowjob. He wants to have an extramarital affair. Fine.
So
What the hell does that have to do with the national interest?
I do agree with you, 100%.
And this has nothing to do with the national
Because
interest.
they want the president to be a family
They
man.
started the whole thing off saying, well, him and Putin are best friends,
Okay.
and he's going to pass all these policies.
Okay.
It's bullshit.
Okay. Richard Green, he commented live just moments ago. He said, Richard Green, one of our fans, said, I'm neither conservative nor liberal. And if he didn't do anything that didn't mess with America, I don't think he should be impeached. He also just commented just now, granted, him fucking around on his wife means his home life is messed up. If or when his wife divorced, I can't read the rest of his thing. That's kind of interesting.
So you can't even read. I'm sure.
I was about to say, but it won't
That was
let me.
a low blow.
That was a low blow.
I know.
Let's all be friends.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Richard Green, I like what you're saying, and we appreciate the comments and thoughts. Please, anybody call in 636-926-6945.
But that's what I don't understand is that they started out the whole investigation. They're like, oh my God, it's Russia. Russia's going to try to hack in to our electoral system.
All right.
But now it's not that anymore.
Trump. Donald Trump.
It's not that
We're talking
anymore.
about him right now and all this prostitution. Sorry. Donald Trump having sex with people. Is it right? Is it wrong? Should he be wearing a thong?
He really needs to keep it in his pants. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Is there Russian collusion?
No.
No.
Blue, why?
Because the whole argument that there's Russian collusion goes to Facebook. It's all about Facebook. They said that the Russians bought up these ads, and then they ran ads that were supposed to influence people's opinions. That, to me, is not illegal. And they're trying to say that somehow Trump and Putin or whoever his minions were got together and they orchestrated this whole thing, but they have yet to actually prove it. They haven't proved it. And to me, personally, maybe he broke some... If they did prove it... Who is it?
We have a caller that, for some reason, as always, I cannot see. So if you're calling right now... That's right. If you're calling, we will call you back because our system's retarded.
Mentally challenged.
Sorry.
But, so, anyway, sorry. I lost my train of thought. But
Yeah. Sorry, go
the
ahead.
point is, if all that they have is that, well, the Russians ran these ads on Facebook,
Mhm.
and that's why Hillary Clinton lost the election, that's pathetic. She lost the election because she didn't campaign enough in the northern states like Michigan, Pennsylvania.
You know what's funny? You know
That's why she lost.
You know how Fox, during the elections, whenever they were, I mean, it was really getting hardcore between like the final three Republicans, final three, Democrats.
they hated Trump.
Hillary, though, like how much Fox, like, you remember when she like randomly fainted like into her car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they covered it up.
They talk. Who did?
The media did.
I know that's what
They
I'm trying
didn't
to
even run a story on it. She fucking fainted. She fell on how many times?
I'm not saying that something. I'm not saying there's any conspiracy behind it, but like, why did they cover that up so much? Like, just the entire media
because
itself.
they wanted her to win.
Really,
Yeah.
the media
Yeah.
itself. I mean, I think on both sides,
No.
not just Republican. But both of them, Democrat and Republican. What the fuck is up with that?
They wanted her to win.
We just had a caller, and he just left a voicemail, and I think we should be able to listen to it.
Just call him back.
He's like, "Fuck you." You guys are queers or something. That'd be funny.
Just call him back. Call him back. Call him back.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Play
play.
it.
It's only 2 seconds long, so I'm pretty sure it's probably not even him talking.
No.
That was him. That was our caller. All right,
That was
we're-
some great radio right
We're
there.
going to call our missed call back. Some guy just tried, a fan of ours is going to be calling us back. So we're calling him because we missed his phone call. So,
Who is
but right
it?
now we're talking about Donald Trump, and there's a lot of good things and mostly bad things, personally, that I think he's doing. But
Yeah, I mean, he's not a great, he's not perfect, believe me.
you're on the line. Go Dutch Radio Network.
Hey,
Hey, who is this?
this is Richard.
Hi, Richard. You are live right now, Going Dutch Radio Network. What are your thoughts?
Well, okay, here's my thoughts. So basically what I was trying to say in the comment section, if and when Trump's wife, Melania, divorces him, that's none of our problems. That's his home life. Like, it has nothing to do with America. It's messed up, but what does it have to do with the price of tea in China as far as being an impeachable offense? It is not required for the president to have a wife. I don't even necessarily like Trump myself, but where in the Constitution does it say you have to be married and,
Faithful.
practice fidelity to stay president? I mean, if we're really going to be concerned about that, there's so many presidents. You have presidents that have half-black children from slavery that never had to go through this.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
that's just
Absolutely.
that's just what I think about that.
It's a very good point.
So wait, let me ask you this, Richard. So, as far as the real allegations of why all of a sudden it's like this big rumors like impeachment any day now for Trump. Now, do you feel like Trump should be impeached, or do you feel like it should be illegal that he possibly, whether he did or didn't, but that he possibly used campaign money from donors to hide these allegations?
Well, my question is simply this: is it illegal? If so, and they can prove it, well then yeah, that's an impeachable offense.
Okay.
If you did something illegal, but then at the same time, if we're going to punish every president for everything illegal they did,
Yeah.
wouldn't have any
there'd be a lot
presidents.
of presidents getting impeached. So someone mentioned George W. Bush. Basically you started an illegal war.
Right.
You just invaded and bombed the country, wiped out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives, just because you wanted control of someone else's resources.
I like this guy.
Richard, we really like you. I have a question for you. Do you think that the Russian collusion thing was made up, or should I say exacerbated? Do you think that they're just using that to start this investigation to pin something on him to impeach him?
Well, that's hard to say. Now, I wouldn't run it past Russia to pull something like this.
Yeah.
At the same time, I look at law enforcement the way it is. Like, okay, for example, if somebody in power and has a lot of connections doesn't like you, they can set you up any sort of way to take the fall. Case in point, Bill Cosby. A lot of the women who came out against him had flimsy stories at best, and yet they weren't. They opened up a case that was supposed to be closed, but there were people in power that do not like him, so they set him up. And you had a prosecutor, which I don't know how he's not going to jail or at least being disbarred for prosecutorial misconduct in,
Is this guy a lawyer?
setting up this guy, Cosby, because, he wanted to basically make a name for himself. That said, you have, in Trump's case, it is entirely plausible that this could be used as a way to make up a way to get him out of office. Yeah, there are people who don't like him. Like, okay, I'm a black guy. I don't like the way he talks about black people and black countries and everything related to being black.
I totally, I absolutely understand where you're coming from. Whenever he was campaigning to be president, like during the elections, like he would go to these like certain cities and like Detroit, where it's supposed to be, and down the dumps, whatever. And he would go to these places, and it was so awkward. You could feel just the fakeness, like it just through and through, and it was absolutely fucking.
He actually had
disgusting.
black people in his audience, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, we're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But every time I see his
Here's the
campaign,
thing.
all I see is white people.
Here's the thing. I think the reason why there were so many black people in the audience is because the part that he was at in near Detroit or in Detroit. I bet most of these citizens that happen to be black probably went there saying, "This motherfucker is not going to show up. This guy is not going to show up. He's the whitest." And I think he's fucking racist as hell.
No.
Person that
How?
you don't think he's racist?
I don't think so.
My God.
How? Against who?
Have you seen all the
Obviously
pictures?
the Mexicans. Obviously the Mexicans.
Okay, are we talking about
he
Mexicans
actually got
or
an
what?
award from Jesse Jackson.
Okay. All right.
We're not
Apparently
talking.
back then he
Richard,
wasn't.
sorry, Richard.
Richard,
Continue.
please go ahead.
If you had any more,
Oh,
go ahead.
no. It's cool. My thing about all of this is that, okay, I don't necessarily agree with him on his views of anything black, but at the same time, let's play fair for him, because what about if you have somebody in there that you like?
Yeah.
Do you want the government to play fair to him? Because I want fairness all around. So
Right.
that way, if he
very
does
wise.
get caught up on something that's legitimate, well, you can't say, well, we don't play fair with you just because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree, and I feel like the majority of America. Let's not even talk about the allegations with Stormy Daniels and the sex with the women. I feel like the majority of Americans, and this is my opinion, I know you're not going to agree, Candy. I see that giant fucking smirk. Okay, but I feel like the majority of Americans do not trust Donald Trump.
They don't trust any president.
Okay, but I trusted Obama. I really did.
I liked Obama.
It was just, you know what? Whether he was a piece of shit, he might be.
He might have
Okay,
been.
he might be the worst president ever. I'm not even that political, so I've never dove into like all these things that he really did or did not do. But whenever he talked, he just felt real. It felt sympathetic. It felt morally right. I wanted him to read a bedtime story to me, just like I want Morgan Freeman to read a fucking bedtime story to me. Okay, I do not want Donald Trump. First off, let me ask you this, Richard. I don't know if you have any kids. We don't have. None of us have kids that we know of, right?
Not that I know of. No.
Okay, Richard,
Right.
if you have kids or if you had kids or if you were to have kids, would you let Donald Trump watch your kids for a weekend?
What the fuck is this?
Not if they're below a certain age. He seemed like more like that fun uncle.
How
who
fun
hangs
is
out
he?
with the kids.
Right, how fun is he? You know what I
The
mean?
same type of fun that Bill Clinton would be. He's the guy who would take you to your first the strip club and get you a lap dance.
Okay.
Would I have him read bedtime stories? Probably not. Because it has more to do with he's a little too real for the kids. The kids need to maintain some level of innocence.
I think that's why people have a problem
This is,
with them.
well,
though.
yeah. This is
Go ahead.
this is kind of the point that I was making earlier. Is that it's personal. It's personal that people want him out of office. It's not practical.
Because he is so real, and a lot of people just don't.
Well,
want
no,
it. They can't handle it.
he says stupid shit all the
Well,
time.
of course he does.
He's like he does stupid shit all the time, and he deserves a lot of the criticism he gets. I totally agree.
I haven't really heard him say anything negative about blacks. Now Mexicans, yes. Now he's said some stupid stuff about Mexicans, but everyone is so quick to say he's racist. But maybe is he racist against all kinds of races? Or
he's
or
definitely
what's
not
the story?
He's definitely not anti-Semitic because they were pushing that agenda for a while. His son-in-law is Jewish. All of his lawyers are Jewish. Like literally, he's surrounded by Jewish people, and yet and yet in the campaign they're like, oh well, he is anti-Jew. I'm like, no, he's not. He's clearly not anti-Semitic at all.
You know what, Blue?
I don't buy into a lot
You know
of
what,
that
Blue? You're fired. Okay. You're fucking fired. All right, Richard. Do you have any final thoughts? Any final closing thoughts before we gotta let you go?
Well, at the end of the day, I say this to my fellow Americans: no matter who's president, let's be real. Nobody's clean. Number two, you still got to eat, drink, and breathe air and go to work, whether or not he's president or not. What do you plan to do? Do I like the guy? Maybe not, but is he the worst president to ever be president? Definitely not. If we really researched all the presidents, remember, Andrew Johnson was notoriously racist. Same with Woodrow Wilson, and even Lyndon Johnson.
Yeah.
To black people, there's proof. So, but at the same time, you still got to handle business in your own life. Don't make it personal. Think clearly. Think critically. That's still not illegal in America. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Richard, you need to come on
No
sometime.
problem.
Yes, definitely. Come on the show. Be on the show. We appreciate it. Any shout-outs to anybody you want to give out?
Hey, shout out to Sam Canzero. I'll knock his head off next time I see him.
Uh-oh. He's the man.
That's the
Wow.
homie.
Yeah, Sam has
Have
been
a
on
live show.
Sam is definitely he's been on the show once, and he's definitely the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, Richard, so much, and please call in next show, and have a good night, dude.
All right, peace out.
Thank you, Richard.
All right, that was Richard Green. I don't know if you want me to say his last name, but I just did. Richard Green. He had he had a
very good response.
a very
I agree.
level head about
Yeah.
it. Okay, he is a fellow African American from America who it's a totally different point of view. A point of view that we need because we're all just white mid to mid 20-30s year old people, and it's hard. No, listen.
Well, he sees both sides too.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a different point of view, and we appreciate it. Honestly, I'm not just saying that to be saying that. I'm not just happy somebody's calling in.
No, it's
very interesting.
Yeah, and he brings up a really good point that even if you hate Trump, you fucking hate him.
Yep.
You don't impeach him on bullshit. Hey, you guys started. You said he was with Russia. You said he was colluding with them. Pin him on that. Don't pin him on paying off some pussy.
It sounded like he was trying
Seriously.
to say, not, I was about to say eye for an eye, but no, justice is blind is what he was trying to say. Yeah. It should be. I do agree to that. I also think, Donald Trump is a piece of shit who was doing
absolutely.
a lot of illegal things. That's
You
just
might
me
hate him.
personally.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, that's just my opinion. But thank you, Richard Green. We greatly appreciate it. Please, I know you're listening right now. Please call us back on our next show. We are not live, by the way, next Saturday again. We are all eloping.
And I'll be out of town the following Saturday.
Are you serious?
What?
Yeah. But after that, I'm in town until
Are you being serious or are you bluffing? I can't tell because of the fucking sunglasses.
No, I'm being serious. I'm going to Black River Lodge.
Where's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why don't we all go and do the show from
It's
there?
Aaron's family thing.
Okay.
But I will definitely call in.
Well, I guess we might have to get what's his not my cousin whose name on the show Mickey. Might have to get Mickey on here.
Yes. Hey. Okay. So we do have a
the show
person on the
goes
show.
on.
We've had a good guest on the show who happens to be Blues. He happens to be related. Can you please imitate Mickey's
Mickey?
voice right now? Go.
Well, I just want to say, see.
Well, I just want to say, let's move on to Priest.
I don't understand why the priests continue molesting the children.
I love soccer
Why?
so much, and
Why?
I feel like I can barely breathe.
Look
but
at
I
my
promise
double chin.
I don't have COPD. What did you say, Candy?
Nothing.
You say, look at my double chin. All right. Once again, thank you, Richard, for calling. We were talking about Donald Trump and his collusion, his
Richard
allegations of having sex with these women and paying off these
Richard-
fucking women
Richard-
with campaign money. Okay, so Michael Cohen now is unfortunately being
Lawyered up.
He's lawyering up Michael Cohen because he is being he's on trial. Michael Cohen is.
Yeah.
Michael Cohen, by the way, people, once again, is Donald Trump's lawyer. He's on trial because Michael Cohen is the one that Michael Cohen is the one that paid off these women to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
And other things.
Yes.
But
yes,
Michael
yes.
Cohen and his lawyer right now is they're suiting up for action. They're suiting up for a good defense, stating, you know what, it's actually Trump that told me to do this, and I legally had to do it because I had to do it. It was my job. I worked for him. He told me to do it, and that's what it is. There's nothing else really to say about it.
That's why he's going to be
unfortunately.
impeached.
And you think once
I think
again
he's going to be impeached. Yeah.
Let me ask this question, Candy. Do you think Donald Trump will be impeached by 2020?
No.
Why?
Because I don't believe it, and there's no evidence yet. So until I see that evidence and the ball gets rolling, it's hard for me to say that he will.
Well, I mean, you're just trying to predict the future.
And guys, audience, Facebook, YouTube, whether you're watching live or not, please comment and tell us, do you think Donald Trump will be impeached before the end of his first term? And Blue, what do you think?
No, well,
what's your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I think he's going to be impeached, and
Why?
outside of my own personal views, I think it's a big mistake, and it's going to be a huge mistake because it's going to actually breed a bunch of domestic terrorists. Because there's
what?
Well, because there's a lot of people who are almost fanatical about Trump, and they have guns, and I think that they think, perhaps rightfully so, that if he's impeached, that it's going to be they're going to assume that it's like a coup d'etat. They're going to assume that Trump was overthrown by the people who actually control the government, who may be business leaders or maybe it's the European Union, whoever. They're going to believe this, and they're going to actually probably commit acts of terrorism as a way of protesting it, just like Timothy McVeigh did.
So you honestly believe that
It's going to cause domestic terrorism if he's impeached.
If
is
Donald
what I'm
Trump,
saying.
If and when Donald Trump gets impeached, you believe that there is going to be anarchy, a little bit of anarchy.
There's going to be a lot of Trump supporters who are probably going to start blowing shit up. I think so.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that will happen,
I
and
don't
that's
believe
why.
I don't believe it.
That's
Let's,
why I don't
you know
think
what,
that needs to
people?
happen.
Let's make America great again. Let's get him impeached.
It's not going to be great. The stock market's
He's
going to crash,
he's a
and there's going to be
piece-
domestic
He's a
terrorism.
piece of dirt. He's a piece of fuck. I hate him more than anything.
You might, but would you rather see the economy doing well,
I'd rather
unemployment
see
going down?
I'd rather see Stormy Daniels as president.
See, it's personal. It's personal. You
No,
don't
it's
have,
not.
That's
You don't
ridiculous.
have a practical reason
Just because
to get him out of
just
there.
because I like porn stars doesn't mean it's personal that I want to see Stormy Daniels as fucking president.
No, because that's the thing. People, it's all
wouldn't shock
personal.
me.
They see Trump as like
No, I think
they
this is the problem.
project things that they hate onto him.
You know why I don't like Donald Trump, and this is the honest truth. This is
does
really
it have
more-
anything to do with him being president? Anything that he's done policy wise?
This is the reason why. No, it has nothing to do with that. Listen, this is the
Then-
reason
then
why I
that
don't
doesn't
like
make
him
any
as
sense.
president. Is
Okay, why?
that he takes everything personal, and you cannot take everything personal as the president of the United States.
He's a very flawed
He needs-
individual. I'm
he-
not denying
very.
that.
I think he's the most flawed president ever.
But I don't think that's the reason to impeach him and cause all this chaos that's going to happen when he does get impeached.
Impeach means you do not get to be president because you're unfit as president. I don't feel like
What
he
the-
is fit as president.
But that's the problem, is that you're setting a dangerous precedent, because, like Richard Green said, your guy might be in office or your gal might be in office, and then they might do the same shit to him or her. Then your person that you voted for is out.
There's never been this much controversy about any president ever in the history of
not.
presidents combined. I'm sure,
But
there hasn't.
maybe in 10, 15 years, you might have a president that you really like who's controversial, and then they're thrown out because they're controversial. What the hell does that have to do with taking care of our national interests?
Not just controversial. I feel like he is morally not a good person. That should
Morally?
not be that should not make decisions for the entire United States and America. That's just me. And I feel like a lot of people would agree with me, not just Democrats. I feel
But
like a lot of
we-
people in general. the
True,
synopsis.
true. But we live in a democracy where we have an electoral college. If you don't like the electoral college, then we need to get rid of it. Fine.
You know,
If you want the popular vote, then
you
we'll
know
have the
what's-
popular
you know what's
vote.
funny about that? They've talked about it actually. I think in the previous election, how the electoral college is absolutely flawed. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. It is. I mean, most people agree to that. Most citizens agree that electoral.
think so.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. It is absolutely bullshit.
The only voices that would be heard are the big cities. How does that? What about the interests of the people who don't live in the big cities?
Guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. We are live right now. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, we greatly appreciate it. You are watching right now me. I'm CJ. To the camera's left is Candy. You can barely see him. And to the right is Baloo.
I'm
And
right here.
once again, can we thank Richard, who is just our last caller, about his thoughts?
Thank you, Richard. We
Yeah.
really appreciate
We need
the feedback.
We need
different
more.
feedback.
We need more level-headed thinkers like that. And we also should thank Sam for calling in earlier. as well.
Absolutely. We talked about Cardinals, John McCain dying,
He's dead.
Trump.
Trump taking a dump, lawyering up his lawyers. I got to pee really bad. Can you guys fill in the gap while I pee,
Yes.
or do you guys want to take a mini break?
That's fine.
No,
That's fine. What?
We'll fill in the blank.
We'll fill in the blank.
All right. This is not going to be like some weird shit.
It's gonna be really awkward while you're gone, but that's.
Are you guys
fine.
going to have sex while I'm going on
we're
camera?
Gonna, we're gonna talk about priests, and then you can come in and
Yeah,
hear,
priest.
but-
Yeah. We'll do priest. Go take a piss.
So anyway, the next topic, guys, go ahead and take a piss.
I am. Hold on. It's just super awkward.
Is priest in the news not too long ago? It's been
It's
proven
been 1 week since I
that
looked at
300 priests have recently been discovered for sexually molesting over 1,000 kids, and there's actually a video CJ's gonna play when he gets back about what actually happened. So, Blue, what are your thoughts on this issue?
on the priests molesting children. Well, this is an old case from what I hear. A lot of the kids who were molested, they're adults now, and they're coming out and talking about their terrible, tragic experience that they had. I really.
Let me ask you something though. Why are priests doing this? I mean, what's
Gotta get into the mind of these guys.
Because this is old news, but it's not. It's not. I mean, it's in the news a lot in a lot of different cases. Why are they molesting kids when they're supposed to be looked at as religious symbols?
Well, I think there could possibly be a link between kids who were molested who become priests. Like the people who decide to join the church and become a priest, I think they might have been molested when they were children. And I think they're attracted to that notion of staying innocent and childlike because they're stuck in that phase due to the fact that they're
I've
molested
heard a lot
at
of
that point.
people with their very weak and stupid arguments saying, well, it has everything to do with priests not being allowed to marry, which I think is complete
I don't
garbage.
think. There's people who are married who are child molesters.
Yeah,
so.
and I would say that molesting children is one of the most despicable things you could possibly do. And anyone who is proven guilty deserves the maximum sentence
What are
for,
you- what are
for
you
their
talking about,
crime.
death?
Whatever the maximum sentence is in Missouri or wherever they're found doing it, whatever city they're in, the maximum sentence.
Well, and I don't want to be the devil's advocate at all for child molesters, but the problem is that when people are molested as children, they're tainted the rest of their life.
Sure, it's
So that's why they molest children. People who molest children were molested when they were children. They're just carrying out the
Most
act.
likely, yeah.
Yeah. It's they are perpetuating this act, and that's
not every one of them.
I almost think that one of the steps the Catholic Church should do if they're going to decide if someone's going to become a priest or not, if they're putting their application in to become a priest. I don't know how they go about it.
Hey, can I? Hey,
I worked at Walmart for a little while.
so wait, you think like an interview with like if you're
Ask
interviewing to
them-
be a priest,
ask them
references?
if they were touched.
What are the references? Like, how do you think references work? Being a
God,
priest?
I think
Jesus,
you
I don't know.
You have to have probably a degree and a lot of experience.
Theology, yeah.
I
maybe
feel
be a
like
theologian.
whenever you go to interview being a priest, obviously you're in front of what's higher than a priest, like right above that.
Cardinal.
If you're a cardinal,
I don't know, but the Cardinals are high.
if you're cardinal, you got the main cardinal sitting
Yeah,
down,
Matt Carpenter
and you got the
interviewing
priest
you.
standing behind you, and I'm interviewing right now. You are the priest, and I'm interviewing, right?
No, I'm not.
I'm interviewing to be a priest.
Yeah.
And you guys are just butt ass naked.
Yeah,
You're like, how bad do you want this job?
maybe show them clips of child pornography and see if they get turned on.
Well,
Whoa.
I'll be honest. I don't even these priests who are doing this to the kids. I don't even think most of them think it's wrong.
No,
Which is what's so sick about it.
the Catholic Church has a very long, storied history of doing terrible things.
Why are priests, not just a stereotype, but why are priests doing this? Why?
They're mentally
I
ill.
told you because they were molested.
No, not all of them, Blue.
But why
No.
were they molested? Who were they molested by?
Maybe their parents. I don't know.
Okay, so it's not by like their priest or something.
No,
It's-
no.
it's- so it stems from something else.
Well, while you were gone, I said I think that a lot of people join the priesthood because they were molested and they have this childlike, innocent way of thinking about themselves, so they join the priesthood.
Can we watch this video?
Yeah.
It's about the report details sexual abuse by more than 300 priests in Pennsylvania's Catholic Church. Right? That's right, guys. We're talking about 300 priests recently. Somehow, some evidence was found that 300 priests molested over 1,000 children. That is 3 children for every priest, which is way more than they can handle. First off,
And they keep covering it up. This Pope Francis.
yes.
I
All
mean,
right, let's get a good look at it. Here we go.
Jake Tapper.
I gotta turn off my music.
Decades, a grand jury in Pennsylvania just issued its report. It found evidence of more than 300 predator priests, all accused of sexually abusing more than 1,000 child victims. And that's just the witnesses who came forward. CNN's Jean Casares joins me now. And Jean, the Catholic Church has anticipated this report for weeks.
She has nothing but plastic surgery and Botox.
Details are incredibly disturbing.
Absolutely amazing. You know, Jake, grand jurors say that the pattern by the clergy was pretty much the same. The philosophy was not to help children, but to avoid scandal. Grand jurors say in the report that, quote, avoiding scandal appears over and over again in the documents that were recovered, and they reviewed over 500,000 internal church documents. This 884-page report took 2 years. It was written by 23 Pennsylvania grand jurors who listened to testimony from dozens of witnesses and listened to those with alcohol or pornography. The abuse is far too graphic to describe in detail,
disgusting.
but here's just
It is.
one example.
It's
A priest
absolutely
sexually assaulted
terrible.
Right now, guys, talking about these 300 priests that were recently alleged to assaulting and molesting 1,000 children.
A little girl as he was visiting her in the hospital after she had her tonsils out. Grand jurors found that church leaders in every part of the state preferred to protect the abusers and their institutions above all.
They wanted to cover up the cover-up. They sought to do the same thing that senior church leaders in the diocese we investigated have done for decades. Bury the sexual.
All right. Okay, let's burn this bridge down pretty quick. All right, guys, we were watching a video, CNN reporting on what is the most disgusting, heinous.
Yeah, this is one of the worst stories of all time.
It is. She really didn't explain very well how did it almost feels like it was like a plan. Like, how the fuck did 300 how did 300 get accused of 1,000 just suddenly?
Yeah.
Like, how did this story break out?
A lot of the kids came forward
later, right?
But
didn't this? Okay, this is not something very recent.
No. This is from a while ago. A lot of the children are adults now.
So 1,000 kids, over 1,000 kids, did not say anything while they were being sexually assaulted by priests.
No.
Over 1,000 kids,
because they're an authority figure.
With that being said, and 1,000 kids, 300 priests in one state, how many people are there that haven't spoke out either?
A lot. It's kind of like
everywhere
that,
else.
It's like that one gymnastics coach who just went to prison for molesting all those girls.
Yeah.
Over the years, they didn't come forward until a certain time.
But here's what I don't understand is that this is systemic. This is covered up. These crimes are covered up, and no one in the top hierarchy of the Catholic Church, they're not even talking about them going to jail.
Obviously, these kids back then, when they were molested or sexually assaulted or abused by these priests, obviously they said something to their parents.
Yeah, and the parents are like,
dozens.
What are you talking about?
Statistically speaking, if you think about it, I'm sure dozens probably said it. And obviously, most of the parents, if not all of them, for a period of time, they hid it. They
didn't believe it because
what
they're
are you
like, not
do?
my church.
Yeah, you're powerless. What are you going to do?
It's the Catholic Church people.
But what I don't understand is why they aren't our government law enforcement agencies, why they aren't tackling this offensively. They're not on the offense because what we have here is endless evidence of a systemic cover-up of kids being molested and
abused.
Why is this something that they're not, for lack of a better term, touching? Like,
dude, come on.
Well, no, they're like, well, here's a few priests. We're gonna make them go to jail, and then that's it. It almost reminds me of Wall Street. Like, there is this huge conspiracy to do these terrible, awful things, these devious, devilish things, and like, what is going on here with the Catholic Church?
Here's the thing. The bottom line is, it's disgusting. You just got to get the word out.
Yeah,
that's it about everything. Okay, it's okay to talk. It's okay to.
Everybody knows that. No.
You have to question everything. That includes religion, the church.
But
but
the institutions that we rely on, a law enforcement, they're busy with Trump or whatever. But here you have a Catholic Church which is running what sounds like almost like a sex ring, and they're not doing shit about it because Pope Francis is out there saying, ooh.
Yeah, they're too concerned with Trump sleeping with two women.
This guy hasn't done shit about it.
It's because it's
everybody
religion.
Loves this guy.
You can't fucking touch religion.
You can touch anything.
Yeah, that's what the Catholic priests believe.
They're breaking. They're breaking the law. The Catholic Church helped the Nazis. The Catholic Church is touching kids.
Okay. There's a lot of touching. I know.
I mean, it's fine if people want to be Catholic. I have no problem with that. But for the love of God, because God is watching, you need to do something and protect these kids and stop this system that apparently is run by the devil.
All right. Okay, so Jeff, his name is Jeff Bocchius.
Bocchius. Oh yeah, we went to high school with him. Hey Jeff, what's up, man?
Jeff Bocchius. Now this is not talking about the Catholics, but I have to do a little shout out for Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
He said if he is impeached, well, we were talking about Trump earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If he is impeached, it just shows how much the media controls the government. He also said, Jeff Bacchius, or whatever you said.
Bacchius.
Also, if he's impeached, the government is tell Americans you must be in politics to run the presidency, which is wrong.
Yeah. Well, I
And also-
agree with him.
And also, Jackie said, hey, hey, hey. And Jackie said, also to me. And Richard just commented as well, live on Facebook, which we are right now live on Facebook and YouTube. Shout out, guys. Going to Radio Network on iTunes as well. Richard Green also said, I feel like there's a push to normalize deviancy. What do you think about that?
Deviancy as in...
I don't know if he can comment that quick, but...
You mean child molesting?
For wrongdoing, I'm guessing, is what it just being...
Yeah,
Being naughty.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I brought up on the show before about morality, that, there's no morals anymore, and pretty soon it's going to get to the point where, any type of action is acceptable, and that's not acceptable if we're going to have a civilization much longer.
Here's the thing.
Oh, really?
What is the thing?
What is the thing?
What is it?
Candy, Blue, do you feel like
CJ.
the Catholic Church is an acceptable form of religion? And not only that, do you think the Catholic Church, actually going there every Sunday or whatever they do, because I'm not religious at all, I don't understand religion, do you guys believe that it's a okay practice to go to the Catholic Church, even though there's all these allegations throughout the United States and the world? What do you think, Candy?
Good question. Wow.
I don't believe in organized religion, so I'm going to say, for the good people out there that want to go and to church with their faith, that's fine. But when something awful like this happens, we have to speak about it and speak against it.
Well,
Because-
that's what we're doing is speaking.
I know what I'm saying is people who are Catholic, who are good human beings,
Yeah.
they should be furious about this.
Yeah.
Because this has given their religion an awful, awful name. So if I was Catholic, which I grew up Catholic, if I practice it, I would not support the church.
No, absolutely not.
Personally, I would not, because this would disgust me so much that I wouldn't want to go.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
I am Lutheran.
That's my opinion.
That sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah. No, yeah, and the fact that there aren't more Catholic people talking out about it, unless their stories just aren't being covered. But to see what they're doing here with this, they know what happened. They're covering it up. We know that this is the facts. Why aren't people leaving the Catholic Church is kind of the question. I mean, what are they still hanging on to? Do they have some sort of...
There's so
are
much...
they completely delusional?
It's not even about the molestation. It's not even about the priest at that point. Just think about how much, quote-unquote, collusion and bad things throughout history, throughout the past 500,
Yeah. The
even
Catholic
thousands
Church
of years.
Awful. Awful.
Oh, God.
I think they found a whole bunch of children's... The remains of, they're like bones now, but from like 200 years ago, there was like this vast burial ground of children behind this church. What the fuck have they been doing all these years?
You know what I've always thought the Catholic Church has always felt to me, in general? Like a cult.
Yeah, it is like a cult.
Instead of, being open arms 24/7, if you're a religion, you should be open arms. Whether people believe in your religion or not, have open arms.
Kneel, stand.
Hey, we'll take you. We love you.
Yeah.
Give
us
God.
money. Give us money.
Catholics, no. Okay? It is a cult. It is a group, a tight-knit group of people. And there's millions of people. It's one of the biggest... I mean, there's a country called the Vatican, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that literally technically a country?
Yeah,
no
it's
one can
sovereign.
touch them.
No.
Nobody can. No government can. They're allowed to do whatever they want. Literally, they can make up their own laws. With that being said...
We need to bring that up on another show. They're
It
probably
is.
run by the Rothschilds.
It's definitely not a conspiracy, even though I'm really big in conspiracy. But it's scary to think that religion is that powerful.
It's so powerful. It's so powerful that something like this is uncovered, was it by the Boston Globe? And really nothing's been done about it.
300 priests, 1,000 children recently uncovered that they were molested. Come on.
I mean, seriously, send So did they send any FBI agents or whoever to talk to, I guess, the Pope? I guess the Pope is the guy in charge, and say, hey, what else are you guys hiding? Which
here's the thing.
Which priests are you protecting right now?
What's his Pope Francis, right?
Yeah.
He's the I'm about to say the president. He is the Pope right now. He is the top of anyone who is.
He's the head. He's the CEO of the Catholic Church.
He's the CEO of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Not only that, but to most people who are non-religious or in other religions, like way off of like, people that are Indian, like religion, all these crazy other, not crazy, sorry, all these other religions probably think that this Pope is the end-all, be-all, kind of the spokesperson of just religion in general. He kind of is, like he's that main face of religion,
Yes. Yeah.
not just Catholic. With that being said, he obviously has a lot of power. But then again, he's just one person. He's just a figure. Who knows? Maybe, not saying that maybe he's being controlled.
He has
but
no real power. He's just
has
sort of
no
the
real power.
figurehead. He's a
Exactly,
figurehead.
which I believe it's kind of the same for Trump as well. Like it just might be a face, and,
Yeah.
and he can only do so much. He can't control how many kids are being molested by these other priests. And why are so many priests molesting children? Why? Why is it? It
Because
does not
they
make
were
any
molested.
sense. Is it
No,
because?
that's not.
I think people join the cloth
What is it
because
called?
because they have an innocent, childlike,
What is it called?
stunted growth.
Whenever you're a priest and you go into the priesthood, what's it called when you just can't have sex anymore?
Celibacy.
So you cannot have sex anymore whenever you're a
No.
priest. What if just one day that rule, law, whatever, turned and they were allowed to have sex? They were allowed to have relationships.
Is that going to make a difference?
There would. I don't think there'd be. I guarantee molestation would be almost nil. Almost nothing.
No way.
No.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah, I do.
There's plenty of child molesters who can have sex with whoever they want, and they still pick kids because they were molested.
You're right, but priests aren't allowed to have sex with anybody.
So they have, but they have sex with
chose
kids.
that. But they chose that. They chose that line.
You're
and
right.
Why did they make a choice to become a priest?
There's a lot of
that's where the
questions you can
thinking's
answer.
Do you
at.
know why? Because you gotta have faith, baby.
He's making a joke out of child being molested. It's
I'm not. I'm just
disgusting.
making a joke of the Catholic Church. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Thank you guys, whoever's watching live, YouTube, Facebook. Can we take a mini break?
We can.
And you know what,
Yep.
Candy? I want to say something to you. Okay, with those fucking glasses,
Talk
sunglasses.
to me.
You, because I know you're gonna complain that it's gonna start getting late because it's just almost past your bedtime. With that being said, you said you really want to do at least you want to do a 3-hour show. I'm not saying we're going to get to 3 hours, but I want to reiterate that it's only been 2 hours and 11 minutes, and we're going to take a small break, and everything's going to be okay. I know you want to jet out of here immediately whenever the show's over, but with that being said, it's still early. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, we got to get through the other two topics.
We only got 2 topics left, people. Ghosts, are they real? And what's the last one?
And are there more than two genders?
Yes.
All right, I gotta take a little break too.
All right. People, we'll be right back. We're going to take a small commercial break. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Please watch us every single Saturday night, or at least most Saturday nights, at 8 p.m. Central. We start every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central. We will not be on next Saturday, but the following Saturday. That's right, guys. This next upcoming Saturday, we will not be broadcasting live. We will be in hiatus in the waters of the Ozarks. Everyone's taking a vacation again. There's a lot of vacations that happen during the summer, in the spring for Going Dutch Radio Network, but during the fall and the winter, it's every fucking Saturday, if not even more. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get hectic. It's going to get wild, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We will be right back. We are taking a commercial break. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We'll be back in exactly 10 minutes.
Guys, I just want to say that I was on YouTube a lot recently. I get on there all the time, and I listen to Michael Bolton. I listen to a lot of different bands, but I was scrolling down and I typed in Dutch. I just was looking for the movie Dutch, and basically what happened was I saw Dutch Radio Network, which you can find on YouTube.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I enjoyed what I saw, what I heard, and I said, hey, I have to follow these guys, and now I am on the show. I kid you not. Your dreams can come true, and you can be on Dutch Radio Network as a guest. You're not going to be a main star like us, but you can be a guest. That's one of the places you can go to watch Dutch Radio Network is on YouTube. I'm going to let this guy to the left of me tell you where else you can find Dutch Radio Network. Thank you.
I'll be honest, the first time I realized Going Dutch Radio Network was the best podcast, not only in St. Louis of motherfucking Missouri, but in the whole United States and the whole world. It just blew my mind. I mean, it just absolutely blew my mind. They have the best Facebook page ever. I mean, oh my God, I could just go on and on. You know, if you guys ever go on their website, goingdutchradionetwork.com, it is like the best fucking website ever. And I was once on the show, and oh my God, like, I almost passed out. Like, the camera's on me, and I was just feeling so good but nervous, and I was a little hard. But
it's okay. That's the way I felt the first time I was on the show.
Yeah.
Okay? But now I'm kind of a regular on the show, and I really enjoy it a lot.
You guys are a bunch of Nancy fucking Pantsy boys. Let me tell you something. I listen to Going Dutch Radio because I like their kind of talk. They talk straight and they talk forward, and that's why I listen to fucking Going Dutch goddamn radio.
All right, guys, so look up Going Dutch Radio Network, like us on Facebook, and subscribe.
YouTube and Twitch.com.
Whatever they just said.
Not falling, I'm just getting started, and I'm finally on my way. This is the end of the old time, and that good luck feeling is what I'm feeling. And I woke up in the morning today. Could be the sunshine in my eyes, could be you right by my side. Things are looking up today. Things are looking up today. I'm not stalling, I just got the call and I'm up and on my way. I'd hit the clock if I had to, but the way I'm feeling would be stealing. Missed out on the day. Could be the sunshine in my eyes, could be you right by my side. Things are looking up today. Things are looking
All right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. That's right, guys. Going Dutch Radio Network. I am CJ, your host, and the crew with me today, to the right of me, if you're looking at the camera, it is Blue. How's it going, Blue?
Not bad. Feeling good.
All right.
Feeling pumped up for this.
Wow. Good. All right, and
Fucking pumped. No. Seriously, I'm really pumped.
Like, how pumped are you?
Like, I am just keep going. Just talk to the other guy. I can't even explain how pumped up I am.
Well, I have a name, Blue.
All right. On that note, the man to the left of me, his name is Candy. How's it going, Candy?
It's going pretty good.
So pumped.
I'm just as pumped as he is. Well, maybe not as pumped. As
I am
he
so
is,
fucking pumped.
but a little pumped.
God, I feel like there's a lot of pumping going on.
I actually have a few questions. I was actually wondering how the show came about, Dutch Radio. You never actually shared it with our viewers. Maybe you have, but I haven't heard anything about it.
Yes. So me, CJ, that's right. I'm CJ, the host. I decided during conception that I wanted to start doing a online podcast where we could do it live at least, once a week and be able to kind of have archive podcasts to watch because I thought it'd be fun to talk about politics, conspiracies, controversies, and so forth. And that's really how it came about, if you want me to be honest. It's that simple. And within about 3 weeks, I think, we got all of the equipment. We got everything. Microphones, mixers, computer software, everything, people. You have no idea how much this shit costs.
Including the table.
Oh, no, we're getting a new table.
We're getting a new table now?
We are getting a new table, just like we got a new projector.
We're moving up in the world here.
What kind of table are we going to get? I like this table.
We're going to get a rectangular table that looks just like this one,
Ooh.
but it's smaller.
Can I put my gum under it? Because that's what I like to do with my gum.
I would advise against that. It has sentimental value to me.
Okay. I won't do
it is
it.
my table, but it's our table now for the show.
Can I put my penis on it occasionally?
Speaking of labels and penises, I don't know how that was a good segue. I want to talk about how we got our names on the show, our nicknames on the show. So, Blue, would you like to talk about how you got your nickname? And can you explain it?
It's a very interesting story. I showed up on my first day here, and I was wearing a lot of blue. And then one of the two guys who used to be on the show was like, hey, that guy's wearing a lot of blue, so they call me Blue.
That is actually a pretty good name.
I mean, it is, and you don't understand, folks. Blue...
It's better than my name.
To the right of me, always on the camera. I mean, my God, he has never not worn blue, ever. I don't know if it's a fashion statement or if he's just really into it. But
I'm not a Democrat, though.
Anyways, to the camera's left, as always, is Candy. And Candy, how did you get your name? How'd your name come about?
Do you even know?
I know my name. Okay, it wasn't my choice, but it was kind of interesting the first day at work here because this is kind of work.
Wow,
this is becoming a job, man.
I said, "What should my nickname be?" You guys were naming out names, and then someone said Candy. I don't know if it was you, CJ, or Blue, but
I think it was me.
Was he?
I was thinking something sweet when I was looking at him, like,
Yeah, he's like Candy. So I said, you know what? That's fine. It doesn't really matter what my nickname is, but Candy has kind of stuck with me.
Right. I mean, I remember Blue first said Blowjob Betty. I'm like, let's go a little,
It has to be appropriate.
Exactly.
And we can sell candy while we're talking about me.
Right. Exactly.
You should sell candy.
All right, guys, don't forget to watch Going Dutch Radio Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We are on commercial break. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Please like and subscribe to us on Facebook and look us up on our own website. That's right, guys. We have a www.goingdutchradionetwork.com. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, guys, we are back. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We're back from our second commercial break.
That's right.
I want to make it awkward and quiet. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We're back, people.
We have two more topics.
Two more topics. Candy, list them, please.
Genders, are there more than two? And then ghosts, are they real?
All right. So how do you guys want to end this? You guys want to start with the ghosts, are they real? Or do you guys want to start with, are there more than two genders, a male and a female?
Well, let's go in order. Let's go with the male and female.
What do you think, Blue?
I think he's full of shit. I think we should go the opposite. No, I'm just joking. I totally think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so we talked about quite a bit. We've had many callers. Thank you guys for watching live. Even if you're not watching live and you're watching this very moment of this beautiful podcast number 21, Saturday live, 8 p.m. on iTunes, YouTube, Facebook. Please like and subscribe and comment. All right. Are there two genders, male and a female? But apparently, legally in some states and many other countries, there are more than just two genders.
Let's see the list first, and then we'll talk.
Here, let's go with the gender map. Let's take a look. And people, you've heard of gender fluid, or I can't say it correctly, gender fluidity.
Huh.
There you go.
Thanks.
Gender fluid.
I like it. Okay, so we're talking about gender fluidity. And this one I'm showing the audience and ourselves. Sorry, this isn't blown up enough. But this is the amount of genders that there are to most people that are that are gender fluid. So there's female, male, bigender, androgyne. I don't know what the fuck this is. So look at all these different genders. First, you have female, which everybody knows that sign, right?
Yes.
Blue.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Here's the male, and here's all the fucking others. But there's more than just this. This is just as of like 2015 or 16. Right now, there's like over 40 different genders.
So what are they?
There's more than a male. There's more than just a female. Okay.
Look at agender. It's like a black hole.
Which means I don't identify myself as a male or a female.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
is this crazy talk? Let's talk about this first before I go down the list of all the genders and how they identify themselves, because it's going to be pretty interesting. Who thinks it's okay to be gender fluid, or do either of you guys think that it's okay to be gender fluid and not to identify yourself as a male or just a female?
Sure. You can do whatever you want as a human being, as long as you're not harming other people. But at the same time, just because someone doesn't agree with your point of view, it doesn't mean they are, what's the word, a bigot. You're racist against transgender people. It's just opinions. But the fact is, from what I've seen on that list, it seems like a lot of people are just making stuff up, when in reality, they don't have to identify as a man or a woman, but there still are only two genders, male, female.
So you believe, okay, so as far as politically, as far as someone who wants to be whoever they want, you could be a butterfly.
Sure.
You could be asexual. You could be a man and a woman times 100. Just something crazy,
You could
right?
be whatever you want to be.
You could be 3/4 man and just 1/4 woman and identify yourself, and that's okay. But you mean science, though, Candy? As far as hard science, you're either a male or a female.
Exactly.
No, I don't. Scientifically, there's a lot. Fish in particular, they can actually be male and female.
Wait, hold on.
They
Are we
can
talking
actually
about
change
humans
their
or
gender.
fish?
Well, no. I'm saying
You're saying
scientifically,
nature.
It's been proven that there are gender fluid animals out there.
But hold on. You said change your gender, so we're talking about male and female. What do they change their gender to?
Well, they changed their gender from male to female and back.
Okay, so
that's essentially what the people the people who identify as a different gender are trying to do.
But there's still only two genders. They change from a male to a female and back. There's still two genders.
Okay.
Well, there's also androgynous people who are born with two male and female genitalia.
That's called hermaphrodites.
Or hermaphrodites, sorry.
Yeah, okay, and that's a horrible thing, but at the same time...
What do you mean it's a horrible thing that those people exist?
No, to be born like that.
Okay.
But still, it's two genders.
Okay.
No, I mean, you can be two different genders simultaneously if you're born with two different kinds of genitals.
Blue, I have done some research on...
Yeah, but there's still only two genders.
There are some species of fish, and there's also some species of amphibious animals, including certain lizards, and apparently there's one mammal. I forgot what it is. I have to look it up again. But they can change genders, just like you were saying, Blue. Mm-hmm. They can change genders from male to female, purposely to adapt to their environment and to help them out. A pretty much natural selection to help them survive.
Yeah, that could be what they're doing.
Not only that, a male to the human species has sperm that can fertilize the egg, and the egg
Ew.
is a female, right?
Ew.
That is the
Yeah.
that is the true mammal aspect of what a male and a female is. With that being said, there is a few species of animals, including one mammal that I can't remember, and one species of like lizards, right? That they have to have, a male sperm and a female egg, and they have to come together in order to create another life. Okay, so
Right.
that totally goes with Candy. Like, you have to have a male, you have to have a fucking female, right, people?
Yeah. Yep.
But they can change genders. One can supply sperm to create life, but they can't have a they can't create a baby themselves, but they can switch. Both of them can switch, and somehow somehow what they're trying to say is there's a species of animal that can go from I am a male man that can deliver sperm to I now can have a baby inside of me and
Yeah.
have an egg.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're talking about change in genders.
We're talking about gender, gender fluidity,
Identity.
and gender
It's
identity
how
in general.
you. It's how you identify.
I know, but at the same time, all these examples we keep going back and forth from a male to a female, which means there are still only two genders in which people are going back and forth to.
So the only problem that I have with this is when you have laws enacted where if you don't recognize what their particular sex is, whatever it is that they identify as, that you get in trouble. That's
Exactly.
what I have problems with.
And I do agree with you 100% there.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jordan Peterson, we were just talking about this a little bit earlier during break. Jordan Peterson right now is one of the most famous people really on YouTube, and he's been interviewed dozens of times by Fox, all the networks, including people that I love like Joe Rogan, who's one of the biggest people out there. The reason being is Jordan Peterson, once again, I said, is a psychologist. He taught psychology in Canada. Does anybody know any colleges in Canada? Because it's the biggest one there that's the most known.
The University of Canada?
I think it's like, fuck, I feel so stupid right now.
The University of C.
Toronto?
University of A.
Yeah.
All right, A. Anyways, he was part of the most well-renowned Canadian college, and he was forced, Jordan Peterson, who's a psychologist, during his teachings to the students, he was forced to teach that there was more than two genders, and he would not do it.
Really?
Yes, he would not. And you know what they did? They fired him. Even though this is one of the most liberal colleges ever, which most colleges are liberal. If you're a college, you are naturally liberal. Even you could say you're conservative, but you're still fucking liberal.
I went to a very liberal college myself, yeah.
Yeah, almost all colleges are liberal, and he actually talks about that as well. And he's very, very easy person to talk to. He's very liberal himself, but he does not believe scientifically that there's more than two genders, and that's what I want to talk about. Do you think it's legally okay? Like in California, you cannot call somebody legally by a male or a female if they identify themselves as something completely different, as a fish, as a mermaid.
No, I don't think that's right, because what they're doing is they're getting in the way of your rights and your opinions. Now, if you're being hateful towards them, then yeah, you should be reprimanded and prosecuted or whatever. But at the same time, if you say no, it's my belief not to agree with that. I'm not going to make you feel better in any way, but I'm not going to call you a woman when you're really a man. I'm sorry.
Well, but I mean, what if you don't know, like, one of these? Because we saw that chart that was on here earlier, and there's like 20 different
there
names.
was 40 different symbols, which means 40 different genders.
So what you're saying is that if you don't call them by the proper name, you can get in trouble
legally.
For that?
You can be.
I mean, I don't know if they're carrying these. I mean, are they actually enforcing these laws? I mean, that would take forever.
Okay, I will look this up as we speak. See if there's been any court, any actual trials because of it. I will look that up as we speak. But Candy, because I can tell you're pretty hard on this subject as far as you believe there's absolutely only two genders, a male and a female, and you can't go back and forth. Let's go with Bruce Jenner, who is now Caitlyn Jenner, that was the stepdad of all of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Bruce Jenner, is now supposedly a woman.
Wants to be identified as a woman.
Do you think he's legally a woman? Do you feel like he should be Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn Jenner? Do you feel like, Candy, that he should be or she should be allowed to be in women's restrooms? I mean, let's ask some questions, Blue. I mean, come on.
That's difficult. I wouldn't feel comfortable
answering this question.
No. I mean, if he has a surgery and everything, and he's an actual, you looking at him and you're like, okay,
yeah, baby,
that looks like a woman, but you know it's a man. Then yeah, they can use the woman's restroom. But Bruce,
what if he looked like, who's that guy from Old Spice? That big black guy who's super muscular.
Terry Crews.
Imagine if Terry Crews tomorrow said, "I'm a woman."
Yeah,
and he immediately just chopped off his dick.
He has a badge.
And got the surgery tomorrow, and he looked exactly what he looked like, but he's wearing a dress. Do you feel like he should be allowed in the restroom because he just looks very masculine? Would you feel comfortable? Imagine if you had a daughter, if you had a wife that had to deal with somebody like that.
No, I would not feel comfortable, but at the same time, I don't have to use that restroom if I don't want to.
No, because you're a male. Blue, what's your thoughts?
As far as the whole restroom thing goes, they should just have like a unisex restroom
and that's
to solve all this fucking
so
issues.
The last...
that's not up to me to decide anyway, because I wouldn't be using the restroom.
No, just have the unisex restrooms. If you are someone who identifies as a man or a woman and you're the opposite sex, you should not be using the restroom. Look, if you have a dick, use the men's room. If you have a pussy, use the women's restroom.
So, Blue.
If you don't feel comfortable, go to the unisex.
Okay, with that being said, Blue, do you feel like if somebody got a sex change legally, they changed all their body parts to match up with the gender that they want to be, should they be able to use the restroom?
Yeah.
Of what they want to be. I'm a male. I'm going to...
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, would I prevent them? No. I would not prevent them from using the restroom if they got their dick changed.
So you think legally there should be no problem at all?
No, I mean, if they get a sex change.
I mean, they're closing the door when they go to the restroom. It's not like they're knocking them down.
I mean, the men's room and the women's room, that's there for a whole lot of different reasons. It isn't just because your dick and your pussy. There's so many different reasons that, if a woman wants to take a shit, she doesn't want a guy in the bathroom there because it's embarrassing for them. Because when it comes to the opposite sex, you want to put on a certain type of image to them, and that's what no one seems to understand. They're like, "Whoa, just take the doors off the hinges and let people go wherever they want to go." Well, it's not that simple. People. Men and women are different no matter what people want to think. They're different and they want to put up an image, and that's what this is all about. So if someone does identify as the opposite sex, I don't know what to say. You make up a very, very small minority of the population. Your issue should not affect everybody else's lives. I don't know what to say.
So
fuck off.
So, and I do agree with you. I'm as you guys know, really into science, hardcore. And I absolutely agree with you. I feel like there's only two genders. If anybody argues with us, I feel like we kind of have all the same synopsis that we all think that there's just two genders.
Yeah, it's very sad. We all agree for once.
I know at the table. If you guys agree that there is gender fluidity and that you feel like it should be more liberal, feel like it should be more open to that, please comment. We want to know.
But I totally support someone like. If Candy decided that he wanted to be a woman, I'd say fine. You want to be a woman? Go ahead and be a woman. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop being your friend.
You know what it is?
You know,
like when the
it's so sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's when you try to force everybody else. You force society to conform to your own issue. That's what I have a problem with.
All those tests or all these legal government documents that you have to, put down and sign that ask, what race are you?
Yeah.
Are you white? Are you non-Hispanic white? Are you Hispanic? Are you African-American? Are you Chinese, Lebanese? Look at these.
Like at the doctor's office.
Do you feel, I feel like that kind of goes the same way. I am white. There's no doubt about it. Can I legally identify myself as being black.
Well, see, that's what kind of pisses me off
I
a
don't know.
little bit.
No.
Is
Because
that
it's kind of it's kind of
well,
the same. I'm just saying it's kind of the same concept.
Well,
gender and race kind of
well,
go.
no,
you know.
no, but they group all of us together. Like, oh, well, you guys are white. Well, you're. I mean, what is your background? Are you German, Irish?
I'm
German, Irish, and French.
I'm German. I'm German.
I'm like 45%. Well,
My-
actually, I'm 40% German, 40% Scottish, and almost 20% Cherokee.
My dad's
So we're all kind of different.
my dad's
Yeah.
father is from Austria-Hungary.
Yeah,
That is the whitest country. You fucking racist motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a German country.
Oh, it's oh, you're well. There you go.
Austria? No, it's but
999.
No.
but that's what kind of pisses me off is that they're so worried about everybody else's background.
Yeah.
Like, well, is he a man or a woman or is he a combination of both? Or look, just saying that people are white, I think is kind of insulting because you're
Yeah.
generalizing our background. An Italian person is different from an Irish person, by the way, or a German person is different from someone who's
Scottish.
Bohemian or Scottish or something.
Right, and I think that
So what's up with that?
And I want to get into this as far as like Africans, African Americans,
British.
and do you think of like people?
There's a lot of countries in Africa.
Well, in the Middle East, like not just the Middle East, like let's say Nigeria, or just like there's certain these countries where you just think they are black.
Yeah, they're all the same. They're
Yeah,
all the same.
they're all-
No,
they're-
they're not.
Hell no, they're not. They're
They're
completely
very different.
completely different religion, background, everything. It's so distant, and that's the same as whether you're white, yellow, black, brown, red.
Some of them speak
whatever.
French.
Exactly.
Haiti, they speak fluent French.
Absolutely. Well, that's because they were. That's a whole nother story.
Well,
that
yeah,
I
that's
don't wanna get into.
colonialization, but I'm just saying that.
Okay, so we're talking about gender fluidity. Fluidity. Can you say fluidity for me, Kenny?
Fluidity.
Can you say it for me?
Fluidity.
Fluidity.
Pa pa pa.
All right. Can I go through the gender master list and we'll get this over?
Sure, why not?
Here. Okay. Can anyone say what these are, and
No.
then I can explain what they are because I can't say any of these.
Amber
So-
gender.
Hold on. Okay. Blue.
So-
hold on, real quick. Blue. You majored in English, right?
I did.
Can you say the names of these genders, and then I can explain what they are?
I guess.
Okay. Number one, we're talking about. Here is the gender master list. Go ahead, Blue.
Abimgender.
Why can't you just put the list online so
bemagender.
people can see it?
A bemagender.
Okay, a beam of gender. That is a gender that is profound, deep, infinite, meant to resemble when one mirror is reflecting into another mirror, creating an infinite paradox.
What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, that is literally a gender. Second gender, Blue, go ahead. It's this one.
Adam's a gender.
Adam's a gender. That is a gender which refuses to be categorized. That doesn't mean they're asexual. That doesn't mean that they're not a gender at all.
They're
but,
refusing it.
But they're refusing for you to identify it. Okay, people, we're talking about genders. Please comment.
How is this happening?
All right, what's the next one?
Okay, I think I got this one. Aerogender.
Aerogender is a gender that is influenced by your surroundings. So depending
Oh.
upon if you're in a forest, in a house, in a toilet, in a teepee, you might be a different gender. Next gender, Blue.
Like if you're in jail, you might be an aerogender.
You might be a toilet.
And the stuff of the gender.
Aesthetagender.
Wait, Candy, can you repeat the next one for me?
Anesthesia gender.
Okay, Blue. What did you just say?
Aesthetagender.
Okay, aesthetagender, a gender that is derived from aesthetic, also known as
Derived from-
Gender.
vetagender. Okay.
What
Hold
the
on.
hell does that mean?
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm only gonna go with the good ones. All right, people.
Yeah.
We're talking about gender fluid. This is the
Affect you gender.
These are the multiple. We are explaining the names of these genders and what they mean. And legally, there are multiple of these that are legally you can put down as you're not a male or female, but you're one of these. Okay. So tell me if you agree or not agree. Please comment. The next one is what, Blue?
Affected gender.
A gender that is affected by mood swings.
Sometimes I'm a boy, sometimes I'm a girl. I don't know.
Just all
Depends
depends.
on how I feel.
It just depends on if I'm just raging.
When the sun's out, I'm a male.
All right. Oh, this is a very known one.
A gender?
A gender. The feeling of no gender, absence of gender, or neutral gender.
I did not have sex with
A
that.
gender flips.
No, and look, I don't want to make fun of this shit. Because people do really. This is some
Whoa.
serious shit for some people.
Let's go with first. Blue. What is this top one?
A marriage gender.
A marriage gender, a gender that changes depending on who you are in love with.
I can understand that one.
That doesn't even make any fucking sense.
Well, no. Well, but
If you like a woman, if you like a female, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a male. Maybe you're a female that likes a female. Like, it doesn't even.
Well,
what the fuck?
I kind of get what they're saying. They're saying that you're not.
It's a good song.
You're not always static. You're not always the same person. Look.
Blue, have you felt like a woman? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. But like when you're around Jessica, you feel different than when you're around us. Like you're kind of, you talk differently, you think
I don't know
differently,
about that one.
right? am I right or am I wrong?
I feel
It's
a little.
kinda,
I feel like a cuck.
You feel like a cock whenever you're around us.
No.
Oh, okay.
I feel like a cuck when I'm. No, I'm kidding. Go on.
No, but
Microphone.
I kind of get what they're getting at, but the fact that this is like something that you get fired over if you're a university professor or if there's laws against it, that's where there's problems.
All right, so let's go with the. There are dozens of people that we are trying to. There's dozens of genders that these people identify them by.
Anxiety
legally.
gender.
Yeah, it's exactly the one I want to do. Anxiety gender, a gender that is affected by anxiety.
I think I have that.
Come on, people. All right.
When I'm anxious, I really want to be
Looks
a
like
woman.
someone's
I really want to
making
be a
a-
woman.
Whoa, real quick, say that again, Blue.
Whenever I'm really anxious and I have to be like, like let's say there's like a big meeting or something and I gotta fucking perform, I'm like, man, I wish I was a chick right now. I could just kind of be like, whatever,
Look at my tits.
Yeah. Have my dick go into my
Put a wig on.
into my body.
There's so many different genders, and I think a lot of people just made this up to make some money.
No. Oh,
You might be right.
Here's a gender. It's called boy flux. That is an identity called boy flux. When one feels mostly or all male most of the time, but experience fluctuating intensities of male identity.
It might be. You know what I
It
think?
just sounds like you're kind of a male and you really feel like a male.
Well,
sometimes.
here's the deal. There's a lot
What
of
the fuck is that?
There's a lot of these genders, but at the same time, it's either you're born a man or a woman.
Hold on. Let's find the greatest, most fucked up one. Anyone?
I think they're all kind of there.
Come on. There's one that you're like, come on. If you like a cat, you are a.
Oh, I think that.
Dom gender.
Where?
Having
Where?
more, down there at the bottom. Having
Oh.
more than one gender, yet one being more dominant than the others. Demi vapor.
There is a religion. There
You
is
gotta
a
be kidding me.
There
What
is
the
a
fuck is
there is
this?
a gender called demi vapor. That's right, demi vapor, which is term coined by the cotton blossom jellyfish, continuously drifting to other genders, feeling spiritually transcendental. I can't talk right now. When doing so, while having a clear, slight blurred inner visual of your gender's transitions and positive emotions tied to demi smoke. What?
How
the
is this
fuck?
fucking real?
And some of these are legally bound through literally law right now in the United States and in other parts in other countries.
I was gonna try to defend it, but this is fucking insane.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. Some of these, where's the one where I feel like a tree sometimes, but sometimes I don't feel like a tree, and then I want to be a horse.
I don't know.
Oh, here, there's a gender called glass gender, a gender that is very sensitive and fragile. Come on.
Okay. Out of control.
So a woman.
Oh, heliogender, a gender that is warm and burning. Come on. Someone find. Okay, we're only going to go with three
Wow.
more. We got three more that we're going to list. What's the best out of these three right here? Go ahead. Anybody. State 'em.
Gender, feeling a small part of one gender with the rest being something else. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that gender.
This one is called Jeff Schultz.
Who?
And the gender is called Jeffrey Schultz.
I might as well. I mean, it might actually be on there. I don't
Okay.
know at this point.
All right, guys, we're talking about gender identity in general, gender fluidity, and we want your comments and thoughts on Facebook and YouTube, whether live or not. Tell us your thoughts. Do you think gender fluidity is real or not? Do you think there's more than just being a male and a female? Final thoughts. Once again, synopsis. Blue, do Do you think there's just more than just a male and a female? Yes or no? Yes or no?
So we're talking about the actual scientific male or female.
Si. Senor.
Then, no. I think there's a possibility that you can be both, but it's very rare. It's very, very rare.
Candy. What
Psychologically, you can probably be whatever the fuck you want.
Candy, gender. Do you think like there is more than just a male or a female?
No, I mean, no matter what way you put it, it's either you're born a man or a woman. But it doesn't mean it's wrong to identify with whatever you want to identify as.
Yeah, you can identify anything you want to be. Just don't put people in prison or whatever because you don't call them the gender. One of those insane names that are up there.
You don't need to make people feel bad for.
Don't make people uncomfortable.
Will you guys? Right. Will you two? Because you both have dealt with me quite a bit now over the past weeks, and will you guys agree I'm pretty liberal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not like fucking.
Well, this is why I'm saying that. I believe that scientifically, whatever your gender is, that is what you are, and you should not, by any means, change that, because your whole life you are taught a certain way. Whether your parents decided that you are a woman, even though you're actually a man or not, whether it doesn't matter. There's so many chromosomes, and you are spiritually, scientifically either a male or a female, and you can't change that. Whether you chop off, I'm a male, I'm gonna do a sex change and be a woman. It's not gonna change that, no matter how much testosterone you try to take out of your body and try to put estrogen in your body instead. You still have bigger pecs. In sports, for instance, you can't. It's actually a big thing that just happened just a couple weeks ago. There's I forgot what sport it is, but this woman was doing so well, just kicking everybody's ass in this sport.
And
turns out she was transgender and just changed her, sex. She truly legally had a sex change, and she can identify herself as a woman. But she killed everybody in this sport, and there was multiple occasions of this. And it goes the other way, not just a man being a woman, or just a woman being a man in other sports. Is that fair?
No.
You know what I mean? And you can't identify yourself legally as something, and that's what it's all down to science, people. What are you scientifically?
No,
that's what I believe. I don't know.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I guess it's kind of boring, but whatever.
All right, guys.
What the fuck was that?
Does anyone have any final thoughts before we go into the last topic? I know that it's not going to last very long, but I know there's one person here. Guys, we have one topic left. Someone say it in the most excitable way ever. Blue, say it in the most exciting way ever. What is the last topic? Say it's so exciting.
Whoa,
ghosts. Are they real?
Are they real?
It is Halloween coming up.
That sounded kind of gender, kind of neutral, really. All right. Ghost. Are they real?
Are they real? Are the ghosts real?
Has anybody had any ghost stories personally that has happened to them? And guys, I want your thoughts and comments. Please comment as well. What? Really?
No, ghosts are real. There's no doubt.
Really? You've had like personal things that happen to you that make you believe that they're a ghost?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
like what?
Like I'd come home and the fan was on, and I don't remember turning it on, and then the light switch would flicker on and off. Yeah, absolutely. Spirits are all around us. People just don't know it. They're too naive to want to actually agree with it because it scares them. It doesn't scare me, though.
Really? How many ghostly or, I guess, spiritually, however you want to put it, experiences have you... How many different experiences have you had, Candy?
11.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Absolutely.
11.
11.
Okay. Blue.
How many? I can't remember every single one, but there's a couple that stand out of spiritual things within my environment of my own home to which things have happened.
Okay. Let's get to that in just a minute. Blue, have you had any ghost, anything that is haunting, ghostly happen to you?
Not me personally, but I've heard stories from people who I really, I trust them. My mom, for instance, she went to the art museum, and they had old Titanic parts of the ship and so forth. They had a big Titanic thing going.
Relics, artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, artifacts. So anyway, she's passing through there, and she's like, "Oh my God, I felt this. I felt like someone went right through me. Like a spirit." And as the story goes, as what she told me, she turns to the person behind her and she goes, "Did you feel that?" And the person's like, "Yes, I
just
did."
farted.
Yeah, right. And
Sorry.
so, I hear stories from other people, and apparently you've had some experiences
And
with the
we're-
other side.
And
but
we're going to get to
fuck.
Candies because he has so many,
Yeah,
he's
apparently
got quite a few.
He has 11 of them. Yeah.
I know he told me one, a few weeks back that's just crazy. There is one story, and people were talking about, are ghosts real? I feel like there's one kind of a paranormal experience that I've had, and the ending's pretty good. So I was younger. I was living in Crestwood at the time in St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to Missouri.
Tell us more.
Missouri. And I was little, and I was watching TV with my mom in the living room. We were watching like some stupid reality show back in the day, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Now with Regis Philbin, though, it was the lady that had the hair that went all the way back, the slick back, the British lady. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, sorry.
No, I don't.
I'm getting kind of
No,
detailed.
I don't.
I'll look it up later. We were watching TV, and we went to bed. Within 10 minutes of us going to sleep, my dad, who kind of stayed up, and he was a little bit of a drinker back then, not as much now. We heard the slam, and it was this closet door, and it's one of those that were on wheels on both, like the top and the bottom, and you had to like move it over, but it's one of those like you had to lift it perfectly, move it over. It just wouldn't like slide. Like, the closet door wouldn't slide. You had to fucking shake it. You had to do everything in your power to try to move it over all the way just to open the fucking closet door, right? It's like a sliding door. Are you getting one? You picking up and laying down right now? You get the imagery?
Yeah. I'm getting it.
And he swears. I mean, I've never heard him, like, yelp, like, before, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it opened by itself, by the grace of God. Now, he was only in his whitey tidies. He had nothing else on in the front living room. The blinds were closed, but it freaked me out so bad I ran out, and like it was like this whole situation that happened.
See,
what's your dad? How did your dad say?
Now here's the thing.
Was your dad Harry at the time?
He did have a handle of vodka or rum that I remember seeing him drink like 4 hours later, waking up at 3 a.m. But all things aside, I believe him. And he still attests to that very thing this day, that there is a paranormal thing. People, if you have any comments, if you want to let us know your ghostly experience, please let us know. Please comment. We want to know. And Candy, you've had the most spiritual, paranormal experience. Can you tell me the most,
I'll tell you one. Okay.
No, I want to. I mean, I'm kidding, but go ahead.
Well, this is the most oddest thing ever, and this is why I believe in ghosts 100%. I've never actually seen a ghost, but I will tell you some things that will make you blow your mind, okay? So about a year ago, I was in my house, and I was getting up. It was around 8 in the morning. Nobody was home, okay? Aaron, all them, all went to work. Kids were out of the house and everything. It was just me. Just me.
Jerking off since
No.
it was just you?
So anyway, I sit down, I get some cereal, I pour the cereal into the bowl. I sit down at my table, and there's no milk on the table whatsoever, okay? So I get up, I go to the fridge, and I know there's some milk in that fridge. I look in there, it's not there. I look back at the table, it's sitting on the table. Within like 10 seconds, it was never on that table. The milk was never on, the milk jug, 2-gallon jug, was never on that table. I looked all the rooms. I thought someone was playing a joke on me. I looked outside. Nobody was there. And I never took it out of the icebox. And I knew it was in there because I went in there to get a snack, my yogurt, sit down with my cereal. It wasn't on the table. And then I get back up. I turn my back for 10 seconds, go to the fridge, open the fridge, and then I turn around, and it's sitting on the table.
So what is that? So there's paranormal activity where you feel like you're being touched by spirits, or like there's things around you or be talking to you. What's the thing where they can move things, like you're stating? There's a movie, Poltergeist. So
yeah, Yeah,
there was one story that you told me.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that
about
before.
2 weeks ago, and it was so extreme that you were afraid to talk about it on the show. And I'd hate to bring it up right now. It is so it's
pretty freaky.
And I know you get emotional about it, but do you mind telling it was that one poltergeist that touched you and
Oh, stop.
seriously.
No, I mean, besides from the milk thing, another big example.
The milk thing was that's why I said two things. I knew you were going to bring the milk thing, but I want to hear the real story, then we're going to end the show.
Okay, well, the real story is I got home late one night around 11 o'clock. Everyone was sleeping in the house, so I go downstairs. I turn on the TV, and the TV flickered on and off for a little while. Okay, so I put the controller on the end table, and I went upstairs and I grabbed a soda. I came back down, and I walk around when I watch TV. I sat on the opposite side of the couch, and then all of a sudden I see the controller on my couch, and it just slides right over to me.
Did it change the channel?
No, it slid right over.
Holy! What time was this at? Like super late, or
it was like 11:15 at night.
And you had a good night's sleep the night before?
Oh yeah, but not that night.
Holy shit!
I actually slept upstairs.
I don't believe you.
Blue, what do you think of this? I mean, what do you think could have plausibly happened? He witnessed a remote, a controller, as he will.
Well, the problem is that this is all anecdotal evidence. Like, people can just make stuff up.
Why
and
would
tell you that?
Why would I make that up?
Because you're on a radio show. You want to make stuff up.
Oh, come
You
on.
want to make stuff up.
No. He told this to me like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, you might be making that up too. I don't know.
I'm not making it up.
Look.
It slid across the two cushions about 5 feet over to my hand. I said, where did I put the remote? And then I look over, and it's slowly sliding. And it freaked me out. I jumped up out of my chair, and I went up. I grabbed my girlfriend. I said, come downstairs. And then it stopped.
Jesus Christ, I'm scared now.
It didn't do
I
anything.
would fucking... if that were to happen to me like it did to him, which I do believe him, I know he's not lying.
I bought a different controller, and I threw that one away.
Really?
Because it just really freaked me. It's never happened since.
Could you imagine that happening to you? If it somehow happened to you, Blue, I know you don't believe it for some reason, but if that happened to you...
I do believe in some of it. But I do believe sometimes people want to make up a story in order to, entertain people.
So what are your personal beliefs about paranormal activities or spiritual? What?
The problem is I've never had an encounter in my entire life. I've never.
But what do you personally believe? I mean, and let's not go with third party. What do you believe, man? If you had a ride on it, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what to believe.
Spirits are harmless. But they're out there, and they do exist, and they're around us every day.
Shit out of you,
they scare the shit out of you. But who wouldn't be scared by something like that? But at the same time, they're not going to hurt you.
No, and
like Casper, the friendly ghost. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's not like these.
Are we talking about Amityville?
It's not like these Amityville horror movies or
scary.
anything. But it's just the spirits are around us, and. No, you don't see it every day. It's not like I see it every day. I mean, I've had 11 experiences in my 35 years of living. That's really nothing.
That's like one every 3 years.
Yeah, I mean,
not really. But I mean, a lot of these 11 experiences, half of them could have been my mind playing tricks on me. But I know for a fact those two examples that I gave you, that determine me believing that there are spirits out there because there's no other explanation for it. And until I get one, then I'm going to believe in the supernatural.
Okay.
No, I mean, I believe in the supernatural.
Meaning, what do you mean by that?
Well, but that's where things kind of blend in together. Like The Exorcist, like someone being possessed. I believe someone can be possessed. I think there's a lot of possessed people
like
out there right
real,
now.
like spiritual, religious.
Like a demon goes into you.
I don't believe in that.
I do.
I don't.
Oh,
It's odd because I don't necessarily. I mean, I know Blue's a little religious, but I know Candy's pretty religious, in his own beliefs, and I'm definitely just not religious at all. It's actually interesting that you say that.
Yeah.
Being, a demon going down on you, or sorry, not going down on you, but being inside of you is possible. Why do you believe that? Because of the movies, Blue?
Oh, the demon possession?
Yeah.
Well, I believe in it because...
Is it because Keanu Reeves in that movie?
No, I feel
Because
that
it was a deep movie. I liked it a lot.
I feel that people, we don't quite understand why people act irrationally or evil. We don't understand why people are evil. We keep trying to burrow further and further into science to understand, like, oh, well, there's something wrong with his brain. This isn't clicking and this isn't clicking. That's why suddenly he wants to kill his neighbor or something. But I honestly think that it has to do with your soul, with your spirit. And I think that sometimes there is something that possesses your spirit to make you do terrible, evil things. Hitler was involved in the occult. That might explain some things.
Here's the thing. So as far as my view of the paranormal activity, ghosts, are they real? I don't believe they're real at all.
Okay.
That's okay.
There's never been any evidence, just like there's no evidence of God and Jesus and,
Do you believe in ghosts, though?
No, I don't believe in ghosts at all.
Okay.
Zero. Just scientific evidence. Once again, and people are like, oh, it's just like Blue. He always says, well, these scientists, it's ran by the government. And blah. Okay, yes, a little bit, sure, but there's third-party evidence. Have you ever seen a video where like definitive proof, like, oh, there was definitely a ghost in that video?
No,
it's all these like weird noises, and then all of a sudden they like pan over.
No. Well,
what was that?
No,
I haven't heard
Did you hear
that,
it go?
no.
Oh.
I believe more in possession than actual external hauntings.
Like religious possession? Like why?
I don't know if it's even religious.
All
It could
I
just
can
be-
do is just tell you about my experiences, but no, I've never seen 100% evidence on camera.
And here's I believe you, and I know the 11 experiences that you've had throughout your life. I don't doubt that you don't believe that it's not true. I'm not saying that maybe it was something else. I'm not saying that you're a liar,
Yeah.
and I'm not. I don't want to call anyone a liar. Like I do with Blue. He's a fucking liar.
Yeah. He's an ass.
He is an ass. And Mozura, if you're ever watched this podcast, you're going to think I'm even more of an asshole because I'm ousting him. I'm fucking... Blue's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Why do you put up with that, Blue?
Blue, we're going to end the show. Do you have any final thoughts about paranormal activity and ghosts? What are your final thoughts? Do you believe ghosts are real or not?
Well, that's such a hard question to answer.
Paranormal activity.
Paranormal activity, I'm going to say that people like my mom, they have had experiences. I don't think they're lying. I think that I think that there are paranormal activities. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that.
Well, I do.
And I think that's all bullshit. Do you guys have any final thoughts on the show? We are wrapping up the show. We are ending it right now.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the call-ins. I love you all.
Trident gum is good.
I wish one of you say, like, God bless.
Huh?
Nothing.
God bless.
God bless America. All right, guys, this is Going Dutch Radio Network. We are live right now, but we are ending the show as we speak. We will not be live this upcoming Saturday, but we'll be live the following Saturday. That's right, guys. This upcoming Saturday, we will not be live. We are going to be in holiday, they call it in Europe. It's called vacation, people. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. Thank you guys for watching. We greatly appreciate it. To end us out, I'm going to talk about the topics. We talked about John McCain. He just passed and died. Oh, well, I'm sorry. That sucks, honestly. Cardinals come back. St. Louis Cardinals. We're in St. Louis. Are they going to come back and win it all? Trump. He's probably going to get impeached, I think. Priest, we talked about. Are there more than two genders? And Ghost, are they real? I don't think so. All right, guys. This is Going Dutch Radio Network. We are going to end the show right now. To play us out is one of my favorite songs. This is Going Dutch Radio Network, people. Thank you guys for commenting and calling in, everybody. Once again, this is Going Dutch Radio Network, and we are out.